Welcome into the Dice Dragons Guild! In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
I am going to roll these new dice that I made. Oh, and actually it's a pretty good roll. Doesn't sound good. Welcome in, everybody. We are first going to give our initiative rolls for the session. Who wants to go first?
13.
13. Okay.
15.
15 for Iolite. If I can find it.
Bad's waiting. He's like, oh, this sucked.
3.
3 for Kai. Yep. Eldon.
Nat 20.
Got a nat.
Whoa.
Which actually probably bodes really badly.
That's your one for the night?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
that's
don't think
probably the
we've
one.
had a nat 20 in our pre-game roll ritual, right?
I think I've had it before. I thought you guys had to double one once.
Not for a while.
Not for a while, though.
And then I'm rolling for Julie for Kethra. Not bad. That is a total of 17. So that's actually a tie with Iolite.
We've been tying a lot lately. The druids.
Druids stick together.
Sure do.
I am Izzi, your lore master, and today I have with me...
I'm Amanda. I play Iolite.
I'm Andrew. I play Ayla. Sorry, I confused myself on which real name to use.
We all just watched the loading bar. It was like,
My brain's been fried. I did nothing today. It's just because of these kids being loud.
Pinwheel of death, just like. Who am
I was expecting helpful tips to pop up on the loading screen. You know?
What?
I'm Adam. I play Iolite.
There you go.
I'm Adam. I play Eldon.
See, it's not just me.
Nope.
It's not just
Can
me.
I play Ayla, too? Can we oops all Aylas?
Can we wake up in the morning and there's two highlights and we have to figure out which one's the changeling?
Sure. I'm Adam. I play Eldon.
I'm Patrick. I play Kai.
And we
I
are
was hoping we got him.
we are down a Julie today, but she'll be back. It's just temporary. Julie as Kethra. And so today I will be Kethra, should it come up. Let's see here. Announcements. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of different ways that you can be following our stories. You can become a subscriber or a free follower on Twitch, where we are live at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. YouTube and Patreon, where you can get early access to VODs and after sessions, and then all of them have badges and stickers and channel points where you can purchase auto successes, nat 20s, lucky rolls, re-rolls, stuff like that, and other fun things. Go join our Patreon, become a subscriber here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and or a subscriber on Twitch. All of those fun ways you can give us some support. Merch, go to tinyurl.com/ddg merch, and you can check out all of our designs. We've got a couple of them here, right over there. Our merch
Not
store.
this side of the table.
Not today.
No.
I don't have enough here, so I gotta get some more, but all of that goes back into our streams.
I was going to upload some of the designs onto like tank tops and stuff because I don't think we have much in the way of like hot summer clothes. So that'll be coming soon. No new designs yet.
Well, we're gonna focus more on advertising and then pushing out the designs we already have, right?
Yes, I remember that conversation.
Yes, that conversation. Enclave returns tomorrow, Monday night, June 10th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, with creator Robbie Howell right here on the Dice Dragons Guild Twitch channel. I think we're looking for maybe 1 or 2 more players as of today, but we always get them filled up. It's typically a 3-player game. Diceless ttrpg can take place literally anytime, anywhere. It's really just what's the word I'm looking for?
Cool.
Very cool.
Versatile?
That was exactly the word.
Really?
I'm like, it's a 3-syllable word that is not coming into my head. Very, very versatile. There's no dice needed. So yeah, I know we're the Dice Dragons Guild, but you know, you can roll dice if you want, but it's not going to mean anything. So come check that out. And then giveaways, we don't have a live giveaway link as of today, but probably next week we'll do our June giveaway. And all you have to do is watch our VOD to the end, and there will be a link at the end that you click on, and I'll choose some merch for you to win. Anything else?
It's Pride Month. You should probably wear those glasses while you play.
It's Pride Month.
I have my rainbow lightsabers today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This will get added in, all this beautiful... Oh, I haven't put these on since last Pride. I'm not very good at wearing glasses, so that's all on me. Doing the right thing doesn't always mean we get to live without regret. Our sacrifice, our decision, our change of perspective may still lead to pain, even if the joy it brings is of higher volume. And it is made even more complicated, as so often it is the case that the decisions we thought were best in the moment that we made them, tend to ripple with consequences unintended and unforeseen when given enough time. It has been 25 days since the year 1419 began. The woven fates have grown significantly in that short time, as friends, in power, in experience. We rejoin you as the suns are rising over a very much changed Yamari Island. How did you spend your night, and how do we find you in the morning?
I didn't realize we were at like the beginning of the year.
That was the whole thing with the
was
Glee
like a New Year
Festival.
thing.
It was like a New Year's deal.
Oh, all right, cool.
So you know how in Critical Role everyone always talks about Marisha? Meet the opposite of that. So who would like to begin?
I think.
The what?
I think the highest roll.
Sure, Eldon.
What? Come on.
You're the one who had a potion to be able to stay up all night.
True.
After he drops that bomb, he's gonna be like, "Shh, you
Yeah,
take
alright.
the spotlight."
It sort of depends on what Iolite would have done, though.
Okay, Iolite.
Sorry.
Hey!
I just.
The puck
Everyone's
keeps getting
passing-
shifted
passing
around.
the
Air
buck.
hockey,
As
yeah.
they say in my corporate world, let's popcorn it over to Iolite.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Corporate speak. Iolite would have kind of settled down wherever Eldon was posting up to keep watch. She did have that pillow that Ayla threw at her, so I think she probably would have just I think she puts it and kind of just curls up on the ground with a pillow, and just sort of is like so tired. It's like that thing where you're so tired that like she's so like the adrenaline from the day is like making her kind of want to still be awake, and she's like fighting it, but she's just like so exhausted that eventually she'll just like passes out.
Okay.
Eldon would be sitting, like, on the ground next to her. It's probably not particularly cold, but he'll probably, like, take his cloak off, and when she falls asleep, when he can tell that her breathing has done that steady thing, he'll, like, put it over. If there's any, like, hair that falls on her face from a breeze, he'll do that, like, move her hair out of her face type thing. And he'll just stay close and keep watch and make sure she's safe.
Okay.
Ayla uses the Memory Weaver's quill that she has to write down the day's events in a little tattered, janky notebook that she has on her person. She's actually writing with her tail because she has her feet up on Chiron's desk. and she's
Cryon.
eating Cryon's desk, and she's eating a mango as she's riding with her tail, recalling the day's events. But so like he has like a skylight essentially, right? Like that he
Yeah.
She's writing and thinking, just constantly, like it's kind of like looking up out at the stars in.
This evening, this night, there are no stars.
Looking up at the clouds, and she's lost in thought of not just what she's writing, because the quill kind of not writes for you, but like
It writes it better.
Writes it better.
Like you only need to kind of think about what you want to write, and it will do it.
So like it's doing that, but she's also thinking about other things at the same time. So it's just like a big ADD situation, but she's chill. And then when she's done with that, she looks out the window to look at Iolite one more time, make sure that she's okay. She throws an acorn at him because it's an acorn tree. Like just past you, so you're like. She has a chuckle, and then she lowers herself gently into the pile of pillows and goes off to sleepy land.
Okay. With Kaelin snoring in another pile of somewhat pillows. I mean, the Cryon was a hermit who
loved his pillows.
who lived a
gotta.
life.
I mean, he was a
Beds with
giant
15
cat.
throw pillows.
Yeah, I mean,
Giant cat.
but
He
things
just
to
pushes
live,
everything off of
things to live by.
countertops and
Be safe, dress comfortably. Don't be an asshole. I mean, that's all the 3 things you need in life. So be
Somehow
comfortable.
pillows fit in there.
Pillows, comfort.
That's the 4th.
Yeah, always have enough pillows.
All right, Kai.
So after the day that Kai's had, a very long day, things lost, relationships changed, and he's feeling, like he should be away from other members of the party or people in general. So as he walks up the tree onto the floorboards underneath of Cryon's small home, and he just kind of takes a moment, looks around, seeing that everyone around him is still alive, and that's when he closes his eyes to go to sleep.
upside down.
That's how we ended.
Just making sure.
He's upside down.
It's one of those, like, we're in the cabin above and we hear creaking on the
You hear
floorboards.
pacing.
Like, what the fuck is that? Big squirrel. Island squirrel.
Eldon has taken a potion.
Of
Watchful
wakeful,
rest.
yeah, watchful rest.
Okay, so that means that in 4 hours you get the same benefit as 8, correct? And you don't need to sleep.
Where is it?
He never actually sent it to me.
When you drink this potion, you gain the following benefits. For the next 8 hours, magic can't put you to sleep, and you can remain awake during a long rest and still gain its
I was
benefits.
thinking of.
And
get
Theratrix
that.
would be doing, since he can actually fly, like fly, he'll do like long sweeping circles above us.
Okay,
If anything comes around, he'll let me know.
all right. I already had you roll for the night, so you all wake up. It was a quiet evening, quiet night, a dark night. There's no stars, and the sky is covered in just a very light, you're not sure if it's dust or clouds, but definitely covering the stars. And even as like Ayla at one point was just searching for them, they could not be found from where you are. And when you awaken, if someone wants to roll the weather.
You're the
Right
next
there.
highest.
Yeah, you want to
Oh,
grab
okay,
the weather dice? You can get rid of the temperature because it's still pretty decent.
Stays pretty consistent. I got 1 raindrop and 2 wind gusts, and this one is a blank one.
I always
It's
feel
like almost what I got last time.
Yeah.
I always feel like when we roll those dice, it's almost always windy and raining. Always.
Yeah. There are some sides that don't have things on them, but we don't seem to land on them.
Yeah. So it is, when you wake up, the weather is essentially the same as it was the day before. There's a little bit of a misty rain that is falling. You cannot see the suns directly through whatever the cloud or dust cover. If you were to look hard enough, you could see probably exactly where they are, but then you would be damaging your eyes, and you know better than to do that. So you wake up to a, like, I don't want to say cold day. It's chillier than it has been, but more pleasant, I would say, for those of you who aren't already acclimated to this weather. So Ayla and Iolite, you feel colder because you've been here your whole life.
It was a good idea to give you the cloak. I thought you were going to wake up with like, oh, I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty.
Hey, when the average temperature is like 90 and it's like
75.
70 during the day, it's
freezing.
fucking cold.
I've got family that complains every time they come up from Florida.
I don't need to live in Florida. I complain today.
Yeah. So you all wake up. How do you wake up?
Last.
Okay.
Eldon will probably, since he's not asleep, he's already up, probably get set. He'll leave her where she is, underneath the tree. And he'll go just a little ways away within eyesight, not very far at all, and just make... Is it raining hard enough where you can't build like a cooking fire?
It's kind
So
of
it's
like
like
a little
mist, right?
drizzle. Yeah, like...
So I could probably...
Yeah. And Cryon has materials for that. If you...
It's also a big tree.
It's a pretty
so
decently
so
sized
it's
tree.
not probably raining like directly on...
Right, yeah. And when you wake up, Kaylin is awake. She's a hunter. She's up.
Yeah.
Or not when you wake up, but when you start moving
He's
around.
going to build a small little cooking fire down there and just wait for everybody.
Okay.
Pulling out of his pack like tins, almost like like traveling cup type metal tin things and some other stuff.
Okay.
Kyle probably wake up shortly after dawn, and probably just take a quick look around, make sure everyone's still there, and then take a walk towards the edge of the tree line just to keep distance, and just contemplate.
Okay. Kethra emerges at some point from wherever her sleeping spot was and just kind of sits down quietly with Nyx at the cooking fire. She doesn't say anything to you, just sits down, getting a little bit warm. And her body language is very tense, and it seems as though she is, whether she actually is or not, it's as if she's engaging in silent conversation with Nyx. Just
Would that be something that Eldon would pick up on since he does that with Theratrix pretty often?
You would definitely notice that if she's doing it or not, it's not clear because you can't quite tell, but she's at least making you believe that she is.
I didn't know if when you do that, if you get that almost far away look, like the only way I can... You ever see a kid who's in the pool peeing?
Yeah.
But and you know, and you know exactly when it is because they'd be like, da 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 da. And they just stare for like a solid couple seconds.
And that is why I don't like pools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, that's canon now. What about Iolite?
I think Iolite will wake around sunrise when people start rustling around doing the fire stuff. She kind of notices that she has Eldon's cloak on her now, and she'll notice the way it smells because she's never been up that close to him. Mm-hmm. And it's you notice someone's smell.
What does it smell like?
like
stank.
no.
His womp ass and
She throws it off of herself.
I'm guessing pine tar.
Honestly, probably like a little bit like trees, or like moss, but like that good
that
kind of like
early
morning after
morning
rain, like
lake.
dew. Yeah, like that
Yeah.
kind of a smell.
That
But
5
like a
a.m. lake smell. That's a good smell. That's a good smell.
It's a really good smell.
And pine tar.
So she takes a moment to just like kind of think about that for a second. And then be like, hey, why am I thinking about that? Okay. And she'll sit up and she'll keep his cloak on and kind of, because it's cold to her. And as she like walks over to the fire, it's like, you ever like have like an emotional hangover when you've been like crying all day and then the next day you feel like you're underwater?
Yeah.
It's like that where she's just like
Well, I mean, you did
dragging
nod.
over.
Everybody nodded at that, and like me and you were like,
Some
no,
of us,
I have no idea what
those
you're
of us
talking
who
about.
have intense feelings, or let ourselves feel them, that happens sometimes.
or
Not
we
us
have a
cold,
breakdown.
emotional
Can't hold it in any
bastards.
longer. Yes, I know what you mean.
Thank you. Yeah, so she kind of like slogs herself over to where everyone else is and sits down, probably near Kethra. Not super close because she can tell the vibes aren't great, but
Kethra,
The vibes, in fact, are not good.
Kethra is always able to muster a smile for Iolite, though.
yeah,
She just like reaches over and squeezes your hand, and then let's go.
I'll pet Nyx for a second.
Ayla won't wake up unless someone wakes her up or the smell of breakfast is very intense.
Okay. So Kaylin had come down and was helping Eldon put everything together for a cooking fire. She very quietly, just kind of observing all of you who are awake, and she leans into you, Eldon, and says, "Hey, so I was able to find a few things up in Cryon's home that might be helpful to you all. I don't know if you want to do this as a group, or I can just give them to you now."
Looking around and taking stock of both Kethra and Iolite. No offense, but looking like fucking hell at the moment. This is like a don't talk to me before I had my coffee type thing. Let's wait on that for just a little bit. We still need to decide where exactly we're going. Yesterday was a day. So
I feel that. You want to let her sleep, or I don't know how long Ayla Myrea sleeps for, but she's up there.
Gotta use the whole name.
try to wake her up. It's not always easy, so hit her with something. A soft pillow.
All right. She looks up at the tree, and then takes a deep breath and heads up there to you.
Can she climb okay, or is it extra difficult?
Those steps are still
Okay, that's
out.
right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
She climbs up to the inside of Cryon's home and then nudges you with her stick far enough away.
Imagine Yoda.
Wake must. Yeah, what?
My apologies, Miss Myrea, but your party is ready to make a decision, and it seems like you're needed. You sleep okay?
Decision. Did we decide on the color of the drapes of the ballroom? She takes off her little sleeping mask. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think that the colors have already been decided.
It is a cold morning. I do not remember a morning in a long time that is this chilly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start to see some changes around here.
Does Cryon have any animal hide things that she can take as a cloak?
Yeah,
Or
he
like to
probably.
drape over herself?
Yeah, he probably has like.
Lion mane.
I don't think.
I was gonna make it. I was gonna make it.
That's like having a human throw
Yeah,
rock.
I think you would be doing that. He's got a cloak made of some kind of fur of an animal that you don't know what it is. Maybe, as you look at it, it's like purple, but with like these shimmering gray and silver hairs mixed in. Could be something from the Feywild.
She puts her skirt dress thing back on and ties things up, puts her hair back up again, not as tightly as when everybody first met her. It was like tediously, very, not a single strand of hair was out of place. Now it is definitely more like the illustration here where she does it because their hair comes down to like back here, so like she brings it all up and does it up real quick, and then and before following her down, she does one of those ooh, and takes a look and goes and just grabs that cloak and puts it over herself, even though she has her own, but this one's nice.
You all convene at the breakfast fire. Kaylin has coffee. She's a hunter. She's going to have that with her. And also stuff to put in the coffee. So, whether it's hard or...
Is Kai still in the tree?
No, Kai.
Oh, you came
Kai
down, that's right.
went off to the side.
That's fine.
As everyone's gathering, he would gather sitting not directly across from Iolite and Kethra, but on the opposite side of the fire, but towards the side so that they wouldn't have to look directly across.
Kethra and I hold hands and glare. Just kidding.
Ayla comes and sits down next to Iolite and like flicks the hair like playfully with her tail and just goes, "It's fucking cold this morning. Is this how it is like in your homelands? This frigid.
This is nice.
This is not nice. This is. I've never seen snow, but I would imagine that. I mean, another couple of degrees and it will be snowing."
Not even close.
We sometimes have snow in the summer in Tavenia.
That is the hell that I would imagine it be like, yes.
In the Vastgan, there's mountains where the snow never melts. At the top.
I would like to see snow, but I do not like cold,
Oh, one comes with the other.
unfortunately. What are you cooking?
He'll pass those tins around. It's just what he always has. It's that like, again, I had the name and now I forgot it. It's like a traditional trail mix of blueberries and bits of like almost jerky and actual like animal fat. And when it renders down, when you heat it up, it almost makes like a smoothie kind of. I was going to say a warm smoothie, but that sounds gross. But it's like a nice warm drink. It's got everything you need. I'm going to remember the name of it in like an hour. And I'm going to be like,
MREs. We're eating MREs.
it's got everything you need.
Kaylin passes around her little flask as well to throw into your coffees or whatever you'd like. So not much. He was a hermit, and the majority of his stuff that Cryon had, I mean, it was his, But I did find, she plops down a little bit of, first a little baggie that has coins clearly in it. She's like, I counted it, not all that much, but there's like 80 gold and 11 platinum in there. Probably just his rainy day fund. And then a whole bunch of these, and she scatters out in front of you all these long, they're not super long, probably, what would that be? Like 8-inch sticks.
More drugs.
And they almost look like branches. Like they're not just sticks, that like they're very natural looking. And on the ends of each of them, you can see that they've been dipped in different colored paints. There's little writing on the sides of them. You would know these sticks to be spell sticks. The way that these work is that as long as you have the ability to do so, you snap them in half, and the spell that's contained within them, it goes off.
Is there any way to tell what spell?
Looking at these in particular, it looks like crayon etched what they were. Like each of them have different colors. You see 3 that are, whether or not you know what they do, separate thing, but you at least can get the names of them. So there are 3 that are marked as arcane mark. There's 2 that are close wound. 2 that say fireflies. 1 that says stellar bodies. You can hear some wild dogs in the background apparently. And 2 that say ambush prey.
So I'm writing it in.
Yeah, I'll throw these in.
3 arcane mark, 1. Can you just run through them again real fast?
3 arcane mark, 2 close wound, 2 fireflies, 1 stellar bodies, and 2 ambush prey.
Cool. Thank you.
I can't hear fireflies anymore without thinking of The Last of Us.
Just follow the light.
She says, I also had found, or had seen that he had like some writings up there, but they didn't really mean much to me. I think he had a journal, but...
Did you take that already?
Well, she gave it to me.
Oh.
I took it. Yeah.
Stole it.
Hey, he's dead. There's no stealing.
She looks over at... She looks over at the statue of Gerard, who has been silently just guarding over all of you, I guess, this evening and this morning. So, did you decide where you want to go? It's really only 2 directions, Mosswick or Balstead.
I suppose we should talk about that.
You know, as much as I want to see the changes in Balstead, Stoneforge is in Mosswick, and
Balstead is also not that great in the off-season, but
All right.
most of
She's
our
sitting right here. Kaylin is like... it's definitely changed, that's for sure.
and the librarian is there.
As well as the impenetrable peace once a word with us.
not that I own the theater, but I suppose I should make sure that that buffoon has not burnt it down.
I would also like to go to Mosswick for no particular reason.
I mean, that has been your home these several months.
Yes, it would be nice.
Kethra says, I'll just follow your lead.
She's like, I don't give a fuck. Sounds like Mosswick then.
All right. Well, whenever you all are ready, we can kind of do, well, honestly, right now, you see her kind of take a moment, and she just very gently, like, rubs her arm where it's been severed and healed up. I was gonna say I could lead you through, but it's probably just easier if we follow the rot trail back to the main road and head back that way.
I agree. Pick up the, I don't know,
Coins.
where the coins are, and I go, I believe you should probably keep this for all of
That's a lot of money.
The hospitality that you have given to us, and obviously Chiron.
Chiron is your person.
Freudian slip.
For the fourth time. She smiles. It's a very subdued smile at you. I appreciate it, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing next, and I don't know, I feel like you all deserve it more than I do. You just found the rift. It's a little small token. If anything, I'd hand it off to you.
You said there was 11 platinums in there? Mm-hmm. He'll reach over and take one. No, he'll take
So I'll take these 11 and you can have the rest.
He'll take the one platinum so it's an even 10. And he'll take Kaylin's, I was going to say good hand, but her hand.
Her remaining hand. Yeah.
Hey,
And he'll
it's
put
enough
that
to
in-
maybe buy, like, go find an alchemist and, like, make a robo hand.
That
And he's
is
gonna-
not. It's only 10 gold,
But yeah, he's going to put that, he's going to like press that in their hand. Like there's no arguing this, you know? Then
It's a
just
banana. What can it cost? $10?
then just take this, and maybe it'll help smooth over any troubles that you have on your next steps.
I'll hold on to it like a good luck charm. How about that?
At the very least, it will buy a lot of rum.
Yeah, it will. All right. Well, you all look like you've been through it.
A lot has happened.
Well, it's important to remember that no matter what happened, you did it together. And you probably couldn't have done it without each other. I'm solitary. I work alone. So I don't really have anybody that I can say that about, but even Cryon had Gerard. So just remember that, I guess, for what it's worth.
If you ever need us, find us.
Yeah. I might go back home myself. We'll see. If Yamari Island isn't the pinnacle of perfection anymore, then maybe it's time for me to head back where I'm from.
But it's so cold there.
Well, Cassia has its warm parts and cold parts.
The world is a big, big place.
I've seen drawings.
Maybe you'll see more.
Perhaps.
Well, I will wait for you over there, and when you're ready, we'll get started. Just don't touch the rot. And it's gonna smell real bad the whole time, but you'll be all right.
Weirdly, we've actually, in the past day, have smelled worse. So,
And
I believe it.
you have not smelt it in the cave.
Yeah.
Should I put these in the closet, holding up all the spell sticks? Or do we want to divide them up now?
it's your call.
Well, if they're in that closet, we can't get to them when we need them, so...
Eldon will take the closed wounds one.
Okay.
We can always swap around
Yeah,
later
you
if
can
we
figure
need
it
to.
out later. Is there anything else that you want to do before you set off with Kaylin?
Iolite wants to go over to where the funeral pyre was and not go in it, but around it to look for a stone that she could take.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
She's not going to dig through the ashes or anything.
That's where the good stuff's at. The Nugert Center.
Nougat.
Is that what it's called? Nugert?
Nougat.
Nougat, man.
Nougat.
Investigation. That's a 2.
It's all good, bro. I don't.
Tomato.
No.
Yeah, but it's not tomato.
Yogurt. Tomato.
With a 2, huh? What do you think Iolite finds with a 2?
Is dental
What?
records.
Is
gonna
that
say-
a tooth? Yeah.
I was gonna say a piece of bone that she thinks is a stone, but it's really
She
like,
wouldn't know a stone
it's
from
like
a
a chip
bone.
of a red
She
bone.
knows her stones and bones, please.
If she ever has a shop, that's exactly what it has to be
Stones
called.
and bones.
You know, that's
If Kethra and Ayla ever opened up a
Oh
shop,
Stones
it would be
and
called
Bones.
Stones and Bones.
Write that one down.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a tooth, or I mean that, and then that kind of begs the question. Like as you're going through it, there's a tooth, a fang, like a long lion's fang that did not burn.
That is kind of sick.
Yeah, but I don't know if she could bring herself to do that. Maybe she sees like the stones that Kethra put on him, and she's like, "Oh, that's a really nice one. Oh, I really want that one."
Go put the lion fang,
But she
man.
has to like
Magical.
kind of reach in there. And it feels bad to do. Maybe. Does that make sense? Does that sound good?
It's whatever you.
All right.
Does she do it? Is the question.
I was gonna say she slips and kind of like falls.
Is it, how windy is it today?
Oh, she breathes in
What was,
there.
what was the wind
Well,
count?
the roll was for investigation, so it's more about like.
Finding.
So let's put some feeling around this. Then is searching through. You look and see the stones that had been placed on his chest, and obviously, as nice as it is to have the funeral pyre, it's not like it went completely to dust or whatever. Like there's the remains there. You would look and see that, and there's almost the stones might be beautiful, but they are charred, and not only are they charred, but they are charred with the ash and remnants of his body that went up. And so reaching in, if she were to do so, and this would be going through Iolite's mind, is like desecrating what you've done, having to touch him, knowing what you've done outside of the physical act of lighting the fire. It kind of comes down to like, these are the beautiful stones here covered in cryon, for what that's worth, whether it's a beautiful thing or a upsetting thing.
I think seeing his remains, she is going to start to tear up a bit again. And seeing the stones, those things run through her head of like, they're really beautiful and I should leave them be, but also I am going to be carrying Cryon with me for the rest of my life, and it feels like appropriate to take this piece of him with me to carry as sort of a burden or a reminder of his sacrifice and her decision. So I think she will reach in and take one.
Okay. One thing that Eldon, you would notice because you're Eldon, and I'm going to talk about Theratrix, is Theratrix has been very quiet. You re-summoned him, and he hasn't said much. But there's also, unlike the other times when he's come back, you know, you've given direction like, hey, watch out, and all of that. Especially the first time he came back from being forcefully shunted from this material plane, not of his own free will. when he returned, there was this melancholy, sadness, confusion. And every time, especially now as you watch him and he's been silently watching everyone, it's gotten a little less. And it's not so much that there isn't still feeling, but just he's not confused or sad. And this time, even like connecting with him, you don't feel any of that at all. There's like nothing but quiet confidence.
Okay.
So, as he's watching you all prepare. And like a sentry in a way.
Yeah.
There's like less innocence to him.
Yeah. Eldon specifically really hasn't, he knows that he's going to talk, like, since coming back, because he always checks in on Theratrix every time he gets, like, pushed from the plane.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, so much has happened.
Right.
That there just hasn't really felt like a moment to. So. But it'll come.
Mm-hmm.
Confined time all night.
His thoughts were
smelling himself. Just every time.
preoccupied.
Too busy watching over Iolite like a creep.
There, just
Is she
like,
breathing?
Can
Is
we?
she still breathing?
Hey, hold on. She's...
All right, can we?
Oh, yeah, she's... No, she's okay.
I was just checking to make sure she's breathing.
You guys are, my friends are dicks.
Puts the like the hand like under the feel the breath.
No, it's the classic. It's either romantic or creepy. It just
He
all
was- he's-
depends on if the
Yeah.
girl actually likes it. Because everything that you've
It's
done
not like he's
is
sitting
very
there,
romantic.
but it's not like he's sitting there like playing with her hair, staring at her. He did it once.
No, he's
okay. He moved her hair once.
he's playing
made
with
sure-
her hair, keeping watch.
So you all get yourselves together and head over to Kaylin and head on your way. Ayla already rolled. I can roll for Kethra, or Ayla can roll
Roll what?
a d20. Just to see how this goes as you head out into the jungle. Yes, you are following the rot trail, and so there is less hacking and slashing to make your way. You are accompanied by the musky smell of rotting who knows what.
No, I feel like we're tagging each other.
I had to shut the dog up. Not that we're gonna do it, but part of me feels like we should have just like burnt his house so no one else could have at it. But we kind of looted that pretty good, so never mind. That's just above the table thoughts.
Okay.
17.
17. All right. You head into the jungles, hacking, slashing only as necessary. Kaylin, not that she was like super chatty when you were with her, but she definitely has, as I described last time, her like demeanor has just kind of softened. She's quieter. Her mission is to lead you out of here, and she's more focused on that. Her walking stick, you can see that it's not like a typical, probably a weapon stored in there somewhere. She's still herself, but definitely has been impacted by the change in her body and how she used to be capable of things that she just will not be anymore. Oh, that's not great.
Did I miss us getting into a major battle?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not that meme of
Coming in with a pizza?
Dog coming in with
Yeah.
a pizza in the whole house.
Every time I go to PA, that's exactly what I expect to happen.
You, all my numbers on this one particular table got messed up. so I'm just gonna have to choose one at random.
I know where a dragon comes over the horizon.
It's kind of funny that you say that.
No.
Theratix is like, Papa.
It's kind of funny that you say that.
Don't say anything ever again.
I mean, we have been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a year without seeing a dragon.
The fuck?
Theratix is a dragon.
Have a
He
dragon.
doesn't count. He's not a real dragon.
Oh, you offended as shit.
Shots fired.
He's a spiritual
He'd
dragon.
be so offended. He'd be like, "What do you mean, you people?" That's what it is for him.
I'm the one that's gonna have to get the ticket for him.
Yeah,
God
do you
damn it.
And do you think he's gonna play nice now? Every time he's gonna be like, "Hi, I'm the dragon of Ayla Myrea, famous superstone. You know who she is on the island."
Shits on the sidewalk.
He's just gonna go into the fanciest of places and just
Now
wreck
that he
things.
can fly, he's just gonna hot bomb people, going, courtesy of Ireland, Maria.
So you Iolite's got the best passive perception here. Walking through, you had noticed the dancing trees back when you first passed those. Different area entirely, but have just gotten used to kind of keeping your eyes out for unique sightings. As you're walking through, maybe trying to keep your eyes from lingering anywhere too long, whether it's on people or thoughts that you're having. You look out into the green of the jungle and notice a little glint of I would say not so much a glint. You notice this like red tree. Describing better. Like green wrapped around the trunk of a tree, and as you kind of stop for a moment and peer at this trunk, it looks as though it's like crusted red dried blood all along the side, peeking out through the leaves and the vines and everything that's wrapped around. It's just in passing, you could check it out, or you could not.
Kaylin,
She stops and
what do you make of that tree over there?
she comes back from the front, avoiding the rot, and then looks where you're looking through, and she's like, huh, that I don't know. Want me to go check it out?
I don't know if that's a good idea. It looks a little like blood.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of weird though. It's like going up and peeking through. I'll go check it out. I'll be right back.
I really don't know if you should do that, Kaylin.
Well, I mean, I've been through the wild. I like to map new areas of it. It's fine. And you guys can come with me if you want.
Eldon's there.
Ayla was walking with like a big oversized hibiscus flower and with a big frown on her face, because even though it's like deep orangey red, the saturation level has been turned down, so she's just walking looking at the leaves and just frowning and just kind of what are we trees?
Yeah, Iolite noticed something over there. I'll go check it out. It's fine. It's good for me to mark down different areas in my head.
No offense, but the last time we let you off on your own, something bad happened.
Well, to be fair, I was out of earshot and eye shot of you. This is just right over there. You can come with me. Let's go. takes out her machete, props up. On that stick, she's got this like leather strap so that she can hold onto the walking stick better, and then she just starts hacking into the jungle to get over to that space. It takes a few minutes. It's probably like no more than 30, 40 feet in. And as you all gather around, she comes up to the vines, taking a look at them first, poking them a little bit, just because you never know. And when she does, you notice that as you got closer, it was this like rusted red color that started poking through the green. She hits it with the stick, and you see little flakes of it fall off. Makes a strange noise, wood hitting not wood, not the bark of a tree. So she begins like pulling away some of the vines, and you, over the course of another 60, 90 seconds, she clears away enough that you can see this isn't actually blood, it's rust. And as she continues going, you see that this trunk, this tree, is not a tree. It is what appears to be a sword, the size of a tree, sticking straight up. And as you look up, you can see that other trees have come in to where the hilt would be, and the pommel, is that what it's called?
Crossguard.
Crossguard. And have like...
Pommel's the back.
Huh?
Pommel's the back part.
Yeah, all the way up and across, you can see that this very large sword that has been wedged down into the ground has become almost part of the greenery here, part of the trees. And at some point...
30, 40, 50...
Hard to say, but from what you can at least see right now is about 30 feet up. You don't know how far down it goes.
That is a big fucking sword.
Does anything that big live here?
I don't even know my island anymore.
If it did, I think we would have come across it. The island isn't that big.
No, I mean, you'd have to be the size of the mountain to wield this. Maybe it is Yamari's, and she dropped it.
It's also very old. The jungle has seemed to
She's quite
grow
old.
with it.
Well, there's nothing I can do with it. When you want to try to draw it out of the ground, I'll boost you. I only have the one hand.
Kai takes an hour, does his ritual, and that becomes his packed weapon.
If we tap, like, how rusted is it? Like, if we tap on it, like, does it chip off, like, chunks of the metal?
Chunks of it are, yeah. I mean, they're...
Or can it be cleaned and restored?
Probably not, but you never know. With enough time and love and magic.
Just because we're here, I'm gonna cast Identify. And I'm gonna touch it.
Okay.
I'm probably using this wrong, right?
Well, you're
Yeah.
trying to identify what it is, if it...
If it is magic item or if it's magically imbued item. I learn its properties and how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how to change, how many charges, blah blah blah.
Yeah. You get no magical sense from this as you touch it. If it would tell you anything other than that, this appears to be a very mundane, which is interesting given the size, sword that has been locked here on this island for some time and has rusted in place, with the island claiming it as its own.
This is odd. There is no magic to this, despite its size. It is just a very big fucking sword.
Looking at the ground, is there anything special about the ground that it's plunged into? Is it just regular jungle floor?
It is regular jungle floor. You don't notice anything. Nothing unusual. The only thing as you sit there as a ranger and with Theratrix kind of coming over, around the sword, you do not see any like bugs. No holes, nothing around the sword that would give you indication that something has like tried to live here, or despite it not being magical, there's like nothing. The wildlife around here in terms of animals have not made this its home, their home. Animals, bugs. Within probably 10, 15 feet.
Could Kai maybe make like a history check to recall if he ever remembers learning of any creatures that would be big enough to wield a sword this size?
Kai would know of in the region of Roti, which is on the Tanian continent. There's a lot of giants up that way. They tend to live mostly in the mountains, but they also have been known to come from like the sky. They hang out up in the sky where there's more space. Have floating castles and all that. Not that they go across all of the continents and stuff, causing issues, but this is a little bit bigger than that, though. Bigger than what you would imagine one of them would wield. It's like about the size itself of a giant from that region. So
It's not giant airplane garbage.
yeah, it's unclear where this could have come from, except some of the more maybe devout people would probably assume it's a god weapon. But there's no magic. So that's a little strange.
Well, I suppose you can mark this down in your books, and someone with more knowledge could come and look at it than us.
Yeah. People are always discovering new things about different regions, and if I notify them, maybe somebody from the library will want to check it out.
I mean, we are heading in that direction eventually. We could let them know. Perhaps you can mark it on the map.
She does a little mark. She's like, I kind of have one in my head, but I'll throw where I think it is here.
It's fucking strange.
Yeah.
Hidden underground cities. Giant swords.
What was that? Hidden underground city.
It's nowhere you want to be.
Well, what do you mean, though? We don't have any underground cities.
You do, apparently.
We have at least one.
Okay.
It is infested with horrible creatures.
All right. Where did you come across this? Can they, attack us? Could they get out?
I don't think so. They did not chase us past a certain point.
The city has been here many years, as far as we can tell. Maybe even before people were on Yamari itself, I don't know.
We have a little talking woman.
But
Show her the talking woman. And she is
did I have
trapped.
her last?
She is trapped in a piece of metal.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, did Kai have... Yeah, Kyle,
I had it.
Kyle pull out. This is Gaia.
Kaylin looks at this. Kaylin looks at this flat tablet, almost like a gravestone shaped piece of metal that you just said is a little woman. And she just kind of looks at it, and then she looks at all of you slowly,
Gaia.
Let me show you. I'll take it and
touching with your bare hands.
yeah.
You will take.
Did she still have a charge? We didn't deplete her.
You don't know how long the charges last. 1 point of damage. And it lights up, Those of you who would be paying attention would notice a little faint glow from Iolite's crack, which, by the way, the crack in her neck. If
It's worse than you had to specify.
on the crack of her ass. Which, by the way, you did go to 0, so however you wanted to play out another scar, should you want one. It lights up. It's kind of brighter out here, but you notice that the brightness changes on the interface as it highlights on the tablet. It doesn't say anything. It's just on. And Kaylin is like, holy shit. That looks like stuff from what they work on in, like, Lindumia and out there.
But she speaks because she is trapped in this metal. Gaia, say something to our friend.
I am Gaia. Hello, friend.
Tell her where you're from.
I am from the... All right.
It's because the Wi-Fi connection between us and the city is really weak now.
now.
Yeah. She's on cellular data now.
I am from the city of Cryos. And Kaylin is like, all right, I don't know if I can handle all of this.
We do not know how to get her out yet.
Well, are you gonna let Commander Stoneforge know, or?
Well, from what we saw in that city, there is a great threat from there, but the more who know about it, the quicker I think things could spread.
It's probably best to leave it forgotten.
It's been locked away for this long.
But you found it.
Completely by accident.
Well, if you know about, whereabouts it is, I would rather no one else come across it by accident. I can let them know I found it.
Well, that cave that you saw us come out of,
Yeah.
the city is above that.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll stow that away.
Please, Caitlin, don't attempt to go into the city.
I'm not going there by myself, no.
There are these many of these weird ooze creatures.
And they can copy what you look like. Like, one of them looked just like Kai.
They take
Cause a lot of
things from your mind.
This kind of sounds like stuff that maybe the Valiant should know about.
They
That's
should
just me.
know to leave it alone.
What if
the
they go in there?
If the Valiant knows, they're gonna go in.
You hear rustling as you say that. And
The Valiant pops out.
It's right behind me,
you,
isn't he?
Fuck!
As you are saying that, you see
He's right behind me, isn't he?
several individuals who emerge from the green, following the trail of rot, but from the other end. And a voice that you don't recognize says, "Now what's that about the Valiant? Not wanting to..."
Get their hands dirty, as you always do.
You turn around and see, walking through and along, giving a little bit of a wide berth there to the rot trail, about 10 or so Valiant soldiers who are dressed differently than the ones that you had seen up to this point. They are led by a tiefling woman who, the most immediate thing to notice about her, first of all, is that she's very short. Very short, but very commanding. She has 3 sets of horns on either side of her forehead, all of them capped and sealed with some kind of silver. She is wearing a helmet that has been custom made for her head, her horns. All of them wearing the Valiant colors. They have their robes and clothing are tailor-made for them. These are not your standard Valiant. The tiefling with this kind of like soft reddish skin, who's leading them all, she just smiles at all of you. You can see these like sharp canines as she looks over at you. Not trying to get our hands dirty, huh?
Well, it has been such an easy posting until recently.
You must be Ayla Myrea.
You must be correct. And I do not think I am familiar with you.
No, you would not be. I am Commander Grillia. Been assigned here. It has been my duty to lead my fellows to the rift that you so kindly let Captain Stoneforge know about.
What was her rank again? I'm sorry. You say captain?
Commander.
Commander.
She just said Captain Stoneforge.
So you said Captain Stoneforge, you in command of the island now?
Actually, Commander Stoneforge has been promoted to captain. That is a rank above mine. It is great to meet you. Fancy meeting you along the exact trail that you used to find the so-called rift.
I do not know what else to call it. I mean, it is... I guess you could call it a tear. That might be a more appropriate term for it.
I mean no offense, Commander, at all. But are you and your group all that Captain Stoneforge sent?
Yes. Given the information that we have been gathering about the dangers ahead, we believe that we can handle it.
You did not see what we saw, but you will.
We are highly trained.
Yes, but against 10 mouths, I do not know.
You're going to have to elaborate.
I do not know what he said when he sent the message. I mean,
10 mouths?
That's what we could see. Perhaps there were more. I'm not sure.
Did Captain Stoneforge happen to mention Shabazz?
He did. I believe the information that you had provided days ago, I'm assuming you are all the Woven Fates as Ayla Myrea. Again, I've seen your posters up all over the city.
Are they still up?
They are indeed still up. The information that you provided during your Beachmere excursion mentioned a Shabazz, and there has been research being done, unfortunately, to no avail up to now. However, I can assure you that we are well equipped for this task, and once we return with the information, Captain Stoneforge will follow with additional soldiers.
No, you do not need soldiers. You need magic wielders that can close that. Are you able to do this?
I am not sure that we are aware of anyone that is available to close rifts in material planes, but I can assure you that we are more than well equipped with connections to the weave. You seem very concerned.
You'd be better collapsing that entire cave and tunnel.
These decisions are above my head. Our job is to go and ensure that nothing else escapes from this tear.
That is a good idea. You'll find a couple of dead bodies in front of it. They're gross. Do not touch them.
I appreciate your concern for our well-being. I do take my orders from Captain Stoneforge.
Oh, I'm not ordering. I am just merely suggesting. Who am I but to order anyone?
Indeed.
Have you seen the strange dog-like man creatures yet?
We have seen strange dog-like man creatures, strange slugs, strange ghost figures. We have seen several things.
Good. Well, follow the trail.
We will indeed. And what is this that you seem to have found here in the jungles?
Very large sword.
You see
I feel
her.
like the Will Smith meme.
She nods to one of her colleagues who heads over, puts a hand on while they're doing that.
Yep, it's a sword.
She says, I will inform you, as it appears you have been gallivanting looking for rifts and are very likely not aware that the western part of Mount Yumari has collapsed into the ocean. It is blocking out some of the warmth from the suns. We do expect that the dust will clear eventually, but...
So that was what that bang was when we were in the cave.
Indeed. All of the statues on the island of Yumari, herself, have also cracked, and there are beautiful flowers blooming from the cracks, but things have changed.
Are they not as colorful as they should be?
Nothing is as colorful as it should be.
If you are new here, how would you know how colorful things should be?
Everyone is aware of the island of Yumari. It is a paradise. It is where we all wanted to be stationed once we did well enough in our jobs.
Be careful what you wish for.
Well, I wish for very little, personally.
You should, when off duty, go visit Summerland. You will be welcome there.
I know of Summerland, thank you.
Yes, but I'm telling you to visit your people.
I've heard. I think I will continue with my duties here. I appreciate the invitation. You should go check in with Captain Stoneforge when you arrive at Mosswick. He'll be eager to hear anything that you have to say. Any additional warnings that you would like to pass along to us on our journey here? We know not to touch the rot.
Yes, use fire.
My specialty.
And watch out for small brains.
I try to make that a daily.
But these ones have legs.
Hopefully you won't.
Most of them have legs, yes.
Hopefully you won't run into the small brains, but if you do, you'll understand the warning.
I already do. Thank you. Continue. Follow the rot. It will bring you to the Baina Road. Be careful along the way. Follow the southern road to Mosswick. We are not out of the woods yet, as they say. It seems as though we have been making strides in eliminating the creatures that have come through. However, there could be more. So, keep vigilant, and thank you for all that you've done.
That rift is where they come from. Please, stay on guard.
We will.
Okay. Goodbye, thank you.
Goodbye.
These guys are so gonna die.
They pass you as you go, each of them nodding.
Are they on horseback or are they on
No.
foot?
What
There's
colors
no
are they? I can't remember what colors their
Let me
armor and
see
stuff
in the
is.
medallion.
So you're making me go that far back.
In my head, I had.
I'm pretty sure it's blues.
I had light blue and like red capes.
I knew one of them was blue. I couldn't remember if it was the impenetrable piece.
Just trying to paint the mental picture.
Yeah,
As
I
I
got them
walk away.
confused with the impenetrable piece at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you said that hands dirty thing.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh no, wait, the impenetrable piece is the new cops. This is the military. That's like I was like, oops, I
These are the guys that
talked
actually
out my
do-
ass.
These are the guys that actually get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually have the colors written down for Valiant.
I don't know why blue and gold are in my head, but
Yeah, it could be. I don't recall. I'll have to look it up. They pass by you, each of them nodding.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Kiss his ass, his ass. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
And as you watch them all kind of disappear further into the jungle, following the rot trail, Caitlin looks at all of you. It's like, let's keep going.
Well, we warned them.
They will be fine.
Hope so.
Not short on arrogance, that one.
I mean, granted, she was kind of rude. She is still welcome to Summerland. She is one of us, but...
He's looking around at the short joke he made, like, nobody? Nobody?
How short is she? Like...
She's like 4'10",
Oh, she's like half
4'9".
dwarf.
She was little.
Again, I don't know why. I just pictured them coming out of the woods on horseback, so this entire time I was looking up at them.
Yeah, jungles are not typically jungle
She'd
horse
be on a
friendly.
pony.
On a pony,
A
yeah.
tiny pony.
So Kaylin just shrugs, looks at you all, and you continue on your way. It takes about another, well, say like an hour of following, because it is not like walking along the pavement or whatever before you
we
exit.
went, your character is no longer the smith. I was gonna say. I was thinking if we should chip a piece of the metal, non-rusted metal off of this giant sword and try to make something with it.
If this
But
was
it's
Arik,
like, none of us are like, what do we do with this? Never mind. You're not. You're not Arik.
Another hour passes and you exit the jungles, finally coming out on Baina Road, probably a mile or two, couple miles, several, 2-3 miles from where the beginning of Joy Run would be. So you know that heading down further south will lead you to the two little stopovers and then to Mosswick. So Kaylin looks at you all and says, happy to join you down in Mosswick if you feel you need it, or I might not.
You do not need to make that trek. It is fine.
Unless you'd like to. We can always enjoy the company. Drinks are on us.
We do have a manor where you can stay if you'd like another night indoors on a bed.
Maybe I will join you. I'd like to try to catch up with Callie. I know she's on the run, but she didn't come back up here, and there's really only one place she could be. It's got to be somewhere in that
I
city.
mean, she was in a cell the last time we saw her, but
No,
right?
she
Didn't,
wasn't.
no, we left her at the bar. Yeah, my bad.
But handcuffed, I think.
Did
was
we
handcuffed.
tell her about Callie? That she wasn't in jail?
She knows she's not in jail because there's posters.
Yeah,
that
there's
are,
one
there's
poster.
wanted
I
That's
forgot
posters.
she's been to Mosswick.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that she's only been staying in Belston.
Yeah, let's go. You all start heading down to Mosswick. And that's where we will take a break.
I didn't expect her to come with us.
And you were just like, no, you don't have to. Go off to the woods. Go woods.
Well, I mean,
style.
that's her home. It's like you can go back to your home. You too
Go
good for
back
your
to
home?
to your home.
I was gonna say that.
All right, we will return and see what you guys get up to in Mosswick.
Boy.
you enter the city of Mosswick on the island of Yamari. It is
We made it there without incident, eh?
Yeah, it took several hours of walking, but you made it. The city is busy, people bustling. You enter through the western gate, the one that you are honestly most familiar with. As you come in, you see lots of folks rushing around. Come on. The hell is wrong with you?
So-
A lot of things.
Just someone saying that as we walk by, like through the marketplace. Maurice the baguettes. I don't know why that is one of my favorite lines from that movie.
It's pretty iconic.
I'm gonna keep opening it up there. This is when you try to do too many fun things all at once. It doesn't want to let you do it. So
System can't handle it.
system's not doing it today. So you enter into the city. It is bustling. People are running around and going about their daily life. The weather has not changed. It's still kind of misty, but you see a lot of folks. Even as you enter, some people, I'll step back, you do notice that there's a lot of work that has been done and is being done to ensure that the walls are expanded around Mosswick even further. In addition, when you enter, you see people are starting to rush over to the area where the mayor makes a lot of speeches, and you can hear some people saying that she's in the middle of one now, kind of rushing over there. You hear basically the end of a speech that Mayor Ophandris is giving. And you hear her voice kind of call out over the crowd, some of whom are speeches in the past that have been given by Mayor Ophandris, like typically has been like quiet murmuring. You can see the difference in folks' attitudes right now. People seem a little bit more nervous. When you passed by any statues at all that were of Yamari, little ones, little trinket ones, anything, are all cracked with little flowers peeping through.
Even the ones that say like made in Kalia, just not even made here. Just
Every single Yamari, those that were in windows, those that were like stone etched into ornate buildings, every single Yamari that you have seen is cracked and beautiful. You hear Mayor Ophandris' voice as she calls out to the crowd. Know that we stand united in the face of adversity. The rift, source of our anxieties, has been located by the woven fates, led by the indomitable Ayla, Myrea, and measures are being taken to ensure our safety. You hear people whispering and murmuring, and then
she has her hood up.
Are you wearing the Starlight's tier? Is there any reason?
It's not visible.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. People like are crowded around. You have someone like taps you on the shoulder as she's speaking, and it's like, Ayla, Myrea.
That is not me.
The Emprix of Cassia, in their wisdom, has dispatched the formidable Ether Guard, a group of magically elite weave movers from the Valiant, to aid in securing our material plane. Together, we shall overcome this trial, stronger and more resilient than ever before. So, my fellow citizens, let us not succumb to fear. Let us instead embrace hope, unity, and the unwavering joy that defines our beloved Mosswick. Stay steadfast, stay hopeful, and above all, stay joyful, with unwavering faith in our collective strength. I am your mayor. Some people clap. The majority of people clap and she, you see Valen comes over, and they do their little whisper thing that politicians do when they're pretending that they're talking and they're not really saying anything, and then she wheels off the stage with Valen. Some of the people around you are like, this is bullshit. You saw what happened. The island the mountain has cracked. Yamari's statues have cracked. She's no longer here. Look, it's not as vibrant. It's colder. Something has happened. And then others who are touting what the mayor just said. Everything's going to be fine. They've located the rift. Everything will go back to normal. People believing either side. Some who just walk away mumbling. You are greeted in Mosswick by a new air, a new feeling. What would you like to do?
Everything will be fine. They're right. Now, why don't we go home?
Okay. You walk through the city. I'll bring up the map because it's been a while. Man.
Oh, I thought that's what you were trying to do. That wasn't working.
No, I was trying to bring up new sound, and that didn't want to work. So you were in Unity Square, where they typically give their speeches. Walk past the Starlight Concert Hall and head up to your home.
Oh, I'm just gonna stop at the concert hall, like outside the concert hall. I'm just gonna give it a listen, hear if I hear any monologues or or anything. Just observe the activity around it.
If you're trying to kind of like not make a big deal out of the fact that you're there, what you would see is there's no current, like at this very moment, I'm gonna say it's probably, you would have traveled probably most of the day, to be honest, to get back here. And Kaylin is with you, just tagging along. There's no scheduled play for this evening, so you can just see that your folks are doing their jobs. Like, oh my god, Branch is out cleaning up, sweeping, doing silently cleaning.
It's been so long since I'm like, I don't remember. Sigald, that was the prick, right?
I mean, he was
Prick is
the
subjective.
more
The annoying one.
yeah, the more
The owl. I forgot her name.
Miss Hooters.
Miss Hooties.
That was definitely it.
So Bushy Branch is the Tabaxi, who is like the stagehand. Sigald, Swiftflower. There's Sharner and Paley, who are the halflings. There's Karak, who is the half orc. Dus, who is the half goblin, half dwarf, and Elmfrid, who is the owl.
It was like on the tip of my brain.
I was way
Couldn't
off.
find it.
So you can kind of see those that are just doing their
Way off.
doing
Miss
their
Hooters was way off.
He's on the roof wearing
You don't know
Isla's
what pet names
underwear.
Alfred likes to involve on our rooftop dates.
nothing unusual appears to be going on at the Starlight Concert Hall. They don't notice you unless you want to be noticed. But
No, I have, like I said, the thing over my head. I don't want to be.
people are still coming up to you and saying,
How do they know?
You
because
have a magic
fucking
thing
thing. You know
that
why they
draws
know.
attention to you.
It's only
Doesn't
been
mean they
happening-
should know who I am.
It's been happening half the campaign so far.
Yep, they're coming up to you, and
Well,
you
you
know,
thought it was just you that the reason why people ever came up?
Well, it's like it's supposed to make people like. I figure like they might look and be like, but not know who I am if I'm like kind of covered up.
you're Ayla Myrea.
I'm
You're-
covered up.
You're semi-famous in the city of
you
Mosswick.
can't see my face.
Why don't
Trying
we
to
play a
tell me
select-
that when
yeah.
Luke
Like-
was wearing the hood, you couldn't tell it was Luke.
You've got horns.
Those who
you've got
never
a
met
tail.
Luke don't know it was Luke.
But you're the everyone on this island
Your
knows
face
who you
is on the
are.
Yeah, you
billboard.
have some marquee.
You can't want to play a celebrity on the island and then decide later on. Man,
Sure as hell I can. I was
why does
listening.
everybody know who I am?
I've been listening to some
Police
old Eminem.
jerks.
Remember how pissed he was about? He's like, people coming up to me while I'm eating. Like, it's like
Well, people are coming up to you while
This
you're
thing is
walking.
like-
Cost of
Really strong.
Price of
Yeah.
pace.
For some reason, that incense is hitting different.
It
too.
is.
Whoa. Yeah, it is.
Flowing right at us today.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to look at you, and I just see us like
Yeah, if it's a little stiff.
Whoa.
that was a
So you
potent
all
stick.
are headed back to your home. Huh? People still popping over, being like, "Thank you, Ayla. Thank you so much for all that you've done. We heard that you found the rift, and your group. You're a mercenary now. Is that going to be part of one of your shows?" People are just all over you.
Just a lot of.
Ayla's going to interject and say, Miss Myrea has been through a lot. She's very tired. She needs her rest. We appreciate
Oh,
you.
understood,
We appreciate
understood.
you very much. But I think we need to respect her space and her privacy at this time.
Of course, of course. People back away.
That was good.
Still got it.
All right, you head through and back to your home. It is just as you left it. It's a little strange because, again, you didn't really get to make it your home, but as you come in, Kaylin following along, eventually she gets to, like, you bring her into your home, and she looks around like, wow, this is nice. Even a little atrium out there?
We haven't really had a chance to, like, decorate it.
Eh, it's,
So far, we've only spent one night here.
well, that would make sense then why it's not decorated. I mean, it looks nice anyway. It's good to have your own place.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Are there any extra rooms, or is she gonna sleep on the couch?
She, when you all mention that she can stay, she's like, I'm good. I'm gonna go. I have friends here. I can, not to say that you're not my friends, but like I've got longer,
Better friend.
longer standing, friends. I'm not a hermit like Cryon was, but I appreciate the thought. I'm gonna probably do a little detective work. Maybe put my hunting skills to the test and see if I can find Callie.
Well, if anyone can find her, I'm sure it will be you.
Yeah, we'll see.
You think she's still in the city, though?
I mean, so I've asked around, and best I can tell, so she escaped. I heard during the one of the attacks, and she didn't have any money, so I know she wanted to go get those jugs. She kept screaming about her jugs. My jugs! My jugs! And she'd love those things. And I didn't go in. I respected her privacy, and I didn't go into her tent or her inn. So I'm assuming they're still there. They are magical, after all. It takes a little bit more than mundane fire to get rid of them, but unless she was able to go get them, she doesn't really have any money. She can't go anywhere. She didn't go back home.
There are more eyes on the streets now than there used to be.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm assuming she's got to be here somewhere. They didn't arrest her yet, or if they did, they lied and they're not telling me. But I'll just ask around.
Well, keep us informed.
I mean, even if she did get on a boat, where would she go? Without those jugs, she's got nothing. No offense to her. I really like Callie. She's just, her skills are limited. She's been doing that a while.
Very true.
Just trying to hold all the puns in. Trying to not say anything too.
She tempts us.
I don't know. I don't get it. What's so funny? They're jugs.
Big.
big
They're
full
huge.
jugs.
Especially for someone of her stature.
Yeah. Never ending. They keep
She could barely move with those things.
jugs that keep on giving.
All the back problems.
She wears a brace.
You would need to.
Wish I had jugs like hers.
We all do. I mean, I could quit my job if I had jugs like that. Take up a whole new line of work.
If I had jugs like that, I'd probably never leave the house. What?
No, that's... But we would need you to. What you all are doing is really important.
I guess after we get settled, we have to decide what we're gonna do.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Jugs. She walks out the door.
Jugs.
Jugs.
She leaves you all to your home. Kethra goes up to her room.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Is Nyx with her, presumably?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Iolite's gonna follow them.
Okay.
Taking her chances.
If we hear bear roar, we know it was a bad choice.
Is she already in her room?
Yeah, but you could knock.
Okay, I'm gonna knock.
Okay. What would Kethra say?
Fuck off.
You know, she'd be like, what? She's going to stare at the ceiling and say that.
I'm gonna say with our psychic druid network connection, it's me. I am at the door, knocking.
Come in.
I'm the one that knocks.
Kethra's just lying on her bed. She's like staring up at her ceiling, which there's nothing on the ceiling to stare at, and Nyx is sitting on the bed near her feet, just kind of looking at you as you enter.
Hey,
Hi.
I would ask you if you're doing okay, but I can tell you're not.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to know you well enough at this point.
She sits up and she's like kind of crisscross applesauce. Like, what's up?
Well, I'm sorry about the timing. Maybe isn't great, but I was wondering if maybe you could ask Nyx if he knows where we might find Desi.
Yeah. All right. Nyx. Meow. She leans in and she doesn't ask out loud, but you can tell that they're like his head leans up and they both like touch again, doing their classic eyes closed connection. Then she scritches his head. He said the last time he saw him was at somewhere called Proudgwyn. Some kind of hotel or an inn.
Jugs and more.
Mm-hmm. Do I recognize the name of that place?
You would. Proudgwyn is actually right up the road from your current house.
He was at the titty bar?
He's in the
That's
red
the-
light district.
That's the hook. It's the titty bar. Proudgwyn is right. Oh, it's like right down here. Actually, I was thinking of
Oh yeah, right.
Sleepy Jack.
They slept at that place.
Yeah, they
The titty
slept-
bar was
They
first.
went to the hook, which is in the north
Got it.
east corner on the pier or in the port district, where Proudgwyn is closer to the square.
Proudgwyn. Got it. Thank you.
Are you gonna go there?
I mean, I need to meet him, for sure. I guess I just don't know if I should have everyone go.
Well, do you want us there? Do you want everyone to go?
Well, I don't know. Yes, yeah.
Are you sure?
Why?
I don't know. You just seem less enthusiastic. Like you're not sure.
No, I do, I'm sure. He's just a dear, dear, dear old friend, and I just really miss him, and I guess it's just like always was the two of us, and it's just I don't know why it just feels a little weird. But yeah, you guys are my friends. I want you to meet him.
You think he's gonna say anything that'll like make you upset, or?
Desi? No. He's never said anything that's made me upset.
Good.
He's a really good guy.
Good.
And he seems to have some kind of information that he thinks might help me.
Good. 'Cause
Would you come?
yeah, and I'll kick his ass if he says anything that makes you upset.
I mean, you could kick his ass, but I don't think it's going to be necessary.
Yeah, I could definitely kick his ass. I could do a lot more than that.
Yeah. But I don't think you'll need to. Trust me, you'll love him. He's wonderful.
Okay. Were you gonna do that now?
I guess I'll see what everyone else wants to do. If they're up for it.
All right, well, I'm gonna stay up here. You just can let me know what they say.
Okay. I'm gonna, do the weird thing where it's I want to give her a hug, but you don't know if the person, wants a hug right now, so you're kind of
She doesn't move. You do and she's just...
Bye, cat.
Yeah. Close the door. And as you're closing, you just see her flop back onto her bed.
Great.
I love that she's like the goth girl in every high school movie that you've ever watched.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm picturing what's her face from Breaking Bad and
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Girl,
Yes.
I can't remember her
Yeah,
real
I can't
name.
remember her
Kristen Ritter.
name. Yeah. The flop in the hair.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then. Going back downstairs. What are you guys doing?
Kai's just staring out the window, people watching, just seeing the people go back and forth. It's reminding him of home.
Mm-hmm. You watch out the window. You also hear at first, you hear two loud voices that you very much recognize. And watch as Glitterati Divine and Seraphina Devonia are walking down, and Seraphina is crying. She's just beside herself. And Glitterati is holding on to her, and you can hear her saying it's gonna be okay. There's nothing that you can do anyway, honey. And Seraphina's got the classic. It's she did the Rocky thing where she was and pulled the put her knuckles through her mascara and dragged it down her face, and her lips are just extra plump, and she's crying as they walk down the street, and they pass by they walk down that and are passing probably to go to the Blue Town station or wherever they're.
Eldon would definitely want to wash up since we spent days out there. And he's probably pretty filthy because he has a tendency to be, for some weird reason. That's something that happened. Everybody else will be normal, and he's just caked with fucking grime.
Yeah. Kai's always perfectly clean, and Eldon's just pig pen.
Yeah. It's when he does his dissertation, it doesn't just make it go
It
away.
transfers.
It just...
It has to go somewhere.
So.
What Eldon doesn't know is that Kai has been reverse pressing every night.
Goes
That's
off
such
him
a
and onto
good,
you.
little way to get somebody.
It's how J.K. Rowling was before plumbing, wizards just made their poop disappear. It's well, you know what? It has to go somewhere. Where's that wizard poop going?
This is the poop dimension.
Is there only one bathroom?
There's also plumbing. I decided.
Okay, 'cause I was gonna say because
makes sense.
he's gonna have to fight her for the tub. She'd already be in there.
There's so I would say there's multiple washrooms. There's a couple of bathrooms. This was owned by a single artiste, so we'll say there's 2 bathrooms with tubs.
I was gonna say wherever there's a tub, Ayla's already in it with a bottle of wine.
Okay.
I
The rose wine. The wine
no,
that
not
tastes
the
gross.
crappy wine.
It's super expensive. It's not crappy.
Yeah, That's
Tastes
for
crappy.
that's for parties. Was there like a wine or like a liquor closet already at this place?
No, there was an artist's basement, but I mean, you could have stopped and gotten whatever you wanted on the way. There's plenty of places.
Now she's got a bottle of wine in the tub.
Okay.
He's gonna take a quick bath, wash himself up, and then, like, just sit. Like, he'll get out of the tub, but keep the water really hot so it makes it like steam. Because hot water and steam is such a rarity from, you know, in the where he's from, at least in the mountains with the keepers.
Theratrix is in the atrium, which is just like it's
I
an
was in the little side dish, like a splash, like a little bird feeder next to the tub.
I
He's
didn't
too
say
big
anything.
now.
All right,
For that moment.
I keep forgetting.
I was waiting for that moment of, like, you know, somebody says something,
Yeah.
like, about, you know what I mean? But
No, he's in a separate
he's
room.
still-
He's
yeah.
out, like, there's this kind of glass room off in the back that's just full of all kinds of beautiful green and pinks and purples and all flowers and little sitting area. And that's just where he is. By himself.
don't look at me and say that. That makes me feel bad.
All by himself.
Kai will actually walk into the atrium to see Theratrix because he's getting big and Kai wants to kind of... He remembers that first night when Theratrix came, and now it's only been a few weeks and he's already this, like, Kai and Eldon size.
He is. Like, walking into the atrium and seeing him, he's taking up an entire bench, and his tail is off of it. Like, his body is the size of your body, and then he has his tail. He's big.
Hello there, Theratrix.
He doesn't turn to look at you, but just says, "Hello, Kai." As he's looking at all of the everything, and you can barely hear the outside world in this room. It's almost as if there's some kind of enchantment to just dampen everything. So it's a lot more peaceful in here than the front where you watched and heard all the loud.
Been a little while since you and I have spoken.
It has. Although, not that long. We have only known each other for 20 days. Or less.
You seem to have changed a lot since then.
You as well.
I think this island has changed us all.
I agree.
Eldon, and you said that you were sure you guys would make it through. But we all made it.
I'm glad for that. I was sure that we would. That Eldon would. I can't make it through anything without him. And he can't make it without me.
You two are quite the pair.
Thank you, Kai. I agree.
Do you remember? It was a while ago now, but you asked that some lives are more valuable or more important than others.
I do remember asking that, yes.
From what you've seen, do you agree when I told you that some are?
I believe that it's all a matter of perspective. And it depends on who you're speaking with. The value of a life will vary depending on the person that you are talking to. For example, Eldon's life means far more to me than yours. But that would be logical, as without Eldon, I cannot exist. But I'm sure if you were speaking to Ayla Myrea's mother, for example, she would not agree. She would put different weight on Ayla's life over Eldon's.
You know, I was raised, taught that sometimes people whose lives mean more have to make decisions that affect more people. Sometimes it's more important for a few to survive than the many. I want to ask you, Theratrix, do you think that what we're doing, the 5 of us and you, do you think it's important?
I know it's important. To me. I know it's important to someone that I care about deeply. And I believe that it is important to many people, whether they know it or not.
You know, Theratrix, you make things seem so easy to understand.
He sits up, stretches up a little bit. I can assure you, Kai, that is not my intent.
No, it's just your outlook on life.
My outlook has changed significantly. I think it is up to us to decide what is important. I've made my decision. Then we have to convince those around us of what is important. Get them to follow. As to whether or not there are people who are, in fact, objectively more important than others, I disagree. You can give yourself a title. Others may even look up to you, but your value is the same as anyone else.
But what if one life replacing another meant saving countless others?
Are those that you are saving worth it? I don't believe that you can truly know.
I don't think anyone can.
So then it is simply a replacement. No good, no bad. It just is.
I hope you're right. I really do. I look at things very differently.
I assume we were talking about specifically the replacement of Iolite, utilizing the life of Cryon.
Yeah, you are quite perceptive.
How does he know that?
I know nearly everything that Eldon knows.
Because Eldon knows that.
She died in the caves, inside that core in the city.
I saw.
And to tell you the truth, I don't think we would have made it out of that cave without her.
I would have made it out of that cave without Iolite, as would Eldon.
But you didn't make it out of the cave. You didn't make it out of the cave.
I did. I am here right now.
But if Iolite wasn't there, I don't think Eldon would have made it out. I don't think I would have made it out. I don't think any of us would have.
If Iolite had not been brought back, we would have continued along a path completely different than the one that we went down. And so it would have been impossible to know. But we would have made it. We have no choice.
I wish I was as optimistic as you.
It's not optimism. It's realism. We have no choice. We have a mission to complete.
I went through many years of schooling, and there were many people who had logic, reason, and right, and still failed at their cause. But I didn't bring Iolite back because for everyone else on this island, I brought her back for me. When do you think that changes how important it was?
No. Why would it change that?
Because I did it for selfish reasons.
We all do things for selfish reasons.
I tend to be impulsive,
I've seen.
and I tend to lash out sometimes.
I have witnessed that as well.
And it seems like bad things happen to people that I let get close.
That's an interesting outlook. Bad things also happen to people that are completely distant from you.
Bad things that I cause.
Bad things that you cause also happen to the people who are completely distant from you. You just see the ones that are closer. Aren't you a prince?
Yeah.
Aren't you a self-described, more important person?
You know, I used to think that before I got on that boat. But the more I see the others, I realize I'm no more special than anyone else here.
I agree with that as well. We're agreeing on a lot today, Kai.
You're definitely maturing.
You too. Your Majesty. He does a little look up and down.
Don't call me that.
It's your proper title, is
all
it not?
Fighting stance.
No.
That's a title that I'm not sure that I should have. I'm not sure if I should have ever even been born.
I'll be honest, Kai, that I don't know how to respond to that.
You know how you said you and Eldon were two parts of something greater?
Yes, we are.
Almost as though you're a representation of another soul or a being.
Yes.
I think I may be in a similar fashion to someone else. I don't know. Things that I thought I knew, I'm learning more and more, are not true, or some twisted version of what I thought. I'm unsure about a lot of things, but the only thing I know for sure is I'm going to keep going forward, keep getting more answers, and I just want you to know, Theratrix, if you notice anything about any of those that looks off, you let me know. Eldon, he has a good heart, but if a tough decision is needed to be made, he might not be the one to ask.
I understand. And I agree. All of you are important to Eldon when we talk about important people. At this point, that's all that matters to me and the decisions that I will make. But Eldon is young. and I was young. And I will outgrow him quickly, and we will have hard decisions to make. And I will help him make them.
All right then, Theratrix. Thank you for your counsel.
Thank you for yours.
With a head nod. Walk back out.
Eldon's up in the bathroom like, I sense something's wrong. What is happening right
There's
now?
a bad influence.
I was half expecting Theratrix to just end that with like, and yours, bitch.
Bitch.
Ayla is walking back from Kethra's room. Is there one floor or two?
There's two floors. The bedrooms are up on those.
Okay, where's the bathroom?
Wherever you want it to be.
Okay.
I haven't.
Ayla hears Ayla's voice, an echoey whisper, because I'm casting message to you. You just hear, Ayla, I'm in bathroom number 2. Come on over.
All right. Can I reply?
Yes.
Do you need help with something in there?
No help. Just come chat.
Oh.
It is relaxing.
Just to make things more confusing and awkward, at this point, Eldon's going to walk out in his towel out of the bathroom into the hall. Going to his room, and he just sees Ayla, he just freezes.
They both kind of freeze for a second.
Yeah, he just,
She's doing the thing where she's trying not to look but can't stop looking, and she's just going like,
No, he's holding the towel with one hand, his gear in the other, and then like the hand that holds the backside of the towel slips, so he's just covered in blood.
he just does that like shimmy.
everybody needs help around here.
Hear Kethra from the bedroom go like, oh my god. I can hear it. The awkwardness from here.
Eldon just literally does that noise where it's not words. He's just, I'm gonna.
She power walks to the bathroom then.
Scoot
slams the door.
sideways into his room like,
She does that thing where she comes in the door and she like puts her back against the door. She's, yes. What do you need?
she sees her.
Yes, she is in the tub, and it is just like him. It's steamy in here, but like even more so than the tub that he came out of, because she keeps casting fireball into the water to make it hotter.
You're right. They actually have resistance to fire damage, right?
Yeah. So it's just below it's a rolling boil. So it's just like, it's really hot, but she has candles lit around, and it's filled, the air is filled with like the smell of like essential oils, like lavender and tea tree, like the cliche ones I can think of off the top of my head. The ones I use. And she's in the tub. Her hair is down. She has no makeup on, which is the first time she's been able to wash off her magic makeup that stays on every day somehow on our adventures. And she's painting her nails, and her tail is sticking up holding a bottle of wine. And just, oh, there you are.
Oh, there you
Quickly, get
are. Wow.
Come, sit.
Is there room for two in this tub?
If you want, the water might be a little hot for you, but it is your decision.
I mean, I'm stoned. I think I'll be. I mean, as long as it's not boiling, I think I'll be okay.
Isla's like, just not gonna lower the temperature for you at all.
All right.
I'm not gonna shoot. I'm not gonna shoot another one if she's gonna come in. I can
Really
raise the
good
temperature.
friend.
I can't cool it down. You have frostbite.
Do you know what happens if you hit boiling water with something?
It's not boiling.
fucking
Is it
cold?
really boiling?
You
It's
said
a
roiling boil.
rolling boil.
No, it's not. Seriously? Okay.
So if you want to frostbite it to bring it down to a cooler temperature,
Is it going
Thank God physics is.
we got magic. It's a magic
It
world.
works like magic. Right. Well,
Yeah, I think you guys can figure it out.
we'll work something out. I will disrobe, As I am disrobing,
You're here somewhere else in the house.
Iolite noticed earlier, and she's kind of taking notice of it again now, when she took Gaia, and she noticed her hands when she was in the underground city. She had taken off, she usually wears like these fingerless gloves, but she had taken them off to go and touch the crystal. And when she had slid down, it had like torn her hands up. And she noticed that there's still like these little like hairline kind of cracks in the palms of her hands. And they're so kind of thin, but as she has looked at them more closely and the candlelight reflects off of them, she can see that there is like the faintest glow, even like in these little teeny tiny cracks. So she'll feel concerned and then get in the tub. Well, cool the water off a little. And get in the tub.
The tail offers you the bottle.
You know what? Why not?
We have not had the chance to really truly relax, and I do not even remember how many days at this point. How are you? I mean, you died.
I'm feeling that still, for sure. I mean, I'm hanging in there. This is... I don't know. How are you?
Like you, I do not know. A lot has been going on. But
But hey, you're home, where everyone knows your name.
yes, sometimes that is an annoying thing. But, before we go wherever the hell we're going to go next, I just wanted to make sure that you are all right. I think I'm the only one that doesn't know that she traded her life for Cryon.
I don't think Eldon or Kethra know that because
Eldon knows.
Eldon knows.
Yeah,
Eldon knows
but
because she.
Kethra does
Kethra
not.
does not.
Kethra
And
Yeah.
Ayla does not. Yeah.
Yeah, so she doesn't know that. She does not know how she came back. So we tried to. I poured whatever magic I could into this here, hoping that it would work. But how did you return? We were powerless at that point. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy that it happened.
It was Kai. He spoke to the Raven Queen and made it happen.
Interesting. I did not think that particular deity was one that grants favors.
Oh, I think she and Kai have a bit of a unique relationship. And she also did not do it for free. She took Chiron. I mean, you're making me do it now! She took Cryon in my place.
Really? Huh. I see. And how are you with that? I mean, if it was to be anyone, I suppose he would be the most understanding of it.
I suppose. Still wasn't his decision. But I don't feel great about it. And I don't think I deserve to be here more than he does. But I think he was a very special individual, and I just hope it is worth it.
Oh. I could agree with that. I mean, we are all here by various means and chance, and all we can do is make it worth it by whatever means we can. And I would say he opened my eyes to fate. Don't think I particularly like it still, but perhaps he was able to read things in the stars that, any one of us besides perhaps Kethra could really understand. Perhaps he saw that was written for him as well.
I hadn't thought of that. I hope that's true.
I think it was. If we are fated for something, apparently everyone, large and small, that was his part to play. Take solace in that.
Thanks, Ayla. I'll clink my little wine glass. Or are we just drinking out of bottles?
It's drinking out of the bottles, but if you want to...
Oh no, we can clink the bottles.
Just let the nails clink. What do you think, speaking of fate, brings next?
Well, I do have an old friend here in the city that I am supposed to meet up with, and he said he might have some important information that could be helpful.
Old friend? He? Yes. Interesting.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just a mad archer with a oversized dragon that we happen to travel with might be giving you googly eyes. Is this old friend going to be okay with this?
Ayla, my old friends are not the same as your old friends.
That was so like politically correct, but also such like a twist the knife.
Ayla, I ain't a hoe.
Over her head, she's like, I do not know which old friends you're referring to, but...
Nothing's ever happened between Desi and I.
That water got cold.
Real frigid in
That
here.
water got cold.
Is this someone from the academy, right?
Assembly.
Assembly. This is a friend from the assembly?
Yeah, we grew up there together.
I thought we were unsure of survivors.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he survived. I don't know how he did, and he said he would tell me when we meet up.
Another fun mystery to solve.
We've been stumbling across a lot of those, haven't we?
Every day. Or every other day.
Yeah, so if you and everyone want to come with me and meet him, that would be nice.
Absolutely. I would love to meet this friend and observe what happens next. And I'd certainly rather do that more than go see Stoneforge again.
He scares me. I always feel like I'm in trouble when we talk to him. I don't know why.
Yes, yeah, he's quite the fun-hating disciplinarian. No, this will be fun. When will this meeting occur?
Oh, I don't know. Whenever everyone would like to. I think everyone's kind of relaxing and getting cleaned up or sulking right now, but I bet a little later maybe I could run it by the group and see. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be where he last was, but just check.
Sounds like fun. It is not the large city. We will find him. But for now, yes. Relax. And she just kind of sinks lower into the tub, keeping her hands up. That nail polish.
So brave painting your nails in the tub, by the way. Brave move.
I also like to live dangerously.
It's gonna take at least 3-4 hours for them.
Oh, with like the humidity.
You can't pick
Just
up a
like-
towel and
Can't
dry
touch
off.
anything. You're gonna be in there.
Magic nail polish. Magic nail polish.
Instant.
Fast forward to when we're all sitting around talking. Isla's still.
Well, she hasn't even gotten to her toes yet.
I always forget she doesn't have like the hooves.
Oh
like,
no, those are gross.
Yeah, but
So judgy.
No, hooves are gross.
Not according to Tim Curry's Devil in Legend. Hell no, they are not gross.
Yes, so that'll be fun. I think Kethra needs some cool down time.
Yeah.
That was I do not know if you actually saw, but that was quite intense.
I don't think I saw. I can't remember. Above table, I can't remember if I saw it or not. I was present.
No, I
for
think
that or not.
only me and you like came out to the tail end of it.
Ayla and Eldon. Confirming for the listeners.
Oh
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Oh,
Ayla
yeah.
and Eldon.
We're like, oh yeah, listeners.
The tail end of what?
Their breakup, I believe. Right?
Oh, you're referring to that. I thought you were talking about the physical battle in the cave.
Oh no! I'm talking about
my mind went all different places. I was like, wait, wait a minute. What did we see?
no.
You don't
Yeah,
need to
we were
break up.
collecting the firewood.
What did we see you guys
He had like
do?
the 2 bundles, and I had the 2 sticks.
Oh, right. I was off crying
Yeah.
somewhere, so I did not see that.
It is.
Is that what happened?
It is as close as I've ever seen her being a bear without turning into a bear.
Oh.
Yes,
They did both seem broodier than usual.
which is quite a feat, I must say. They are probably the 3rd most broodiest people on the island after Stoneforge.
Well, we'll give them a little time to cool off, and maybe, we can have a little fun later tonight, just to take everyone's mind off of things a little bit.
That sounds like a good idea. Good food is in order. But in the meantime,
All right. Is Eldon gonna do anything with his time?
is there a hole in the wall?
After being supremely embarrassed, he's gonna get dressed in clean clothes, and then realize that he's gonna. It's almost like before you leave the house, when you go like check. So he puts on his pants, his boots, all that stuff, and then he goes to reach for his cloak, and he realizes that he doesn't have it, and he realizes, oh, like Ayla still has it.
It's on the bathroom floor currently. Crumpled on the bathroom floor.
If only he knew. If only he knew.
Excuse me. I just gotta.
I just really need to get that cloak. There's a Jugs joke in there somewhere. If you wanted to dig far back enough. He's gonna walk out of the room, and he'll see Kethra's closed door. He'll hear the other end of the hall I'm gonna say giggles and laughs. I don't know what you guys are doing in there. He's gonna hear the 2 other girls and then
Splashing.
Stop it!
it's what he hears.
It's too hot. It's too cold.
That's what you like. We're going back and forth. Like, no, that's too cold. It's like, no, that's too hot. Turn.
But it sounds way sexier.
There's giggles. There's
Yeah.
giggles in between.
And then he'll look over the banister, and I'm assuming he would see probably Kai, like in
Yeah.
the
Probably like the foyer, just like
not quite the atrium.
Yeah, just kind of looking out the windows, just watching the city.
Picture Kai. Sorry, out of the 1989 Batman movie where Bruce Wayne is just sitting in the dark in a chair until the bat symbol turns on. He just goes. Like, how long were you sitting in that chair?
That was the Batman Returns.
Was that Batman Returns?
'Cause he didn't give the bat signal to the end of the movie.
Oh, right. Yep.
Facts. Facts.
That's Pat for you. Movie
I
facts.
can't help it.
Movie
Movie
fact
facts.
Pat.
It just falls out. I can't help it.
He'll come down the stairs, and then is it like a want to say like drink station, but not drink station. Like, you know,
Sure,
like
whatever you-
bottles.
whatever
you
all want.
Yeah, a bar of some
It's
kind,
there.
right? He'll
Yeah,
grab a
you
couple
got it.
glasses. And,
That's where I got the wine from.
I think
say?
anything we
Apparently.
want might be in this house. You
Unless
guys.
she has an illustration. It's our
Yeah,
imagination.
it's the size of a castle.
He's going to grab a couple glasses and slap him down and grab something. He doesn't care at this point. And he's going to pour a couple fingers worth in each. And he's going to just slide one over to Kai.
Is this mourning or celebration?
We'll see. Iolite told me everything that happened
She did.
in that cave. That strange one with the crystal when she
Liqueur.
died. She told me about the Raven Queen and that you brought her back.
I asked.
What you did was selfish, reckless, and arrogant. The choice you made her make was unforgivable. Thank you.
I'll drink to that.
Some people might not appreciate what you did, how it had to be done. And I know when he's gonna look past you to where Therachix is.
Therachix is watching. Silently, no words. Watching, eyes going back and forth from the drink.
Always watching.
Judging. Always judging.
So
It'd be
judging.
like E.T. when Eldon drinks their drink.
And it goes against everything I was taught and trained by the keepers. But if I were in the same position, I would have done the same. I'd trade 100, 1,000 crowns for one Iolite. And we are going to need her to get through this. So, thank you.
I'd do it again, without hesitation.
And it doesn't take a genius to see the brooding thing, the self-contempt, maybe, I'm not sure. But you are a good man, okay? Despite what I see written all over your face. And that good man is in there. You just need to let him out. You just need to pull him out. You just need to find him.
Well, if I spend too much more time with you, maybe he will come out.
Well, I'll drink to that. And then he'll take his drink. Do I feel any disapproval from Theratrix?
Nope. None. None at all.
Can you feel his emotions? Or
If he
his
wants.
thoughts?
They
Like,
want.
The way I always imagined it is that they're so connected that, like, sometimes it bleeds a little bit. That's why, like, during times of, like, heightened emotions, like when he gets hurt and gets shunted, like that's why Eldon feels it. That's why Theratrix knows almost everything. It's kind of not quite hive mind, but if you tell Eldon your favorite color, then most likely
And Theratrix listens to as much as he can. If he's a dragon, he's got very good hearing.
Yeah.
If you wanted to
Constantly
hide
eavesdropping.
from him, you could. Hide like
If I wanted to hide things from him,
you could.
Yeah.
If you like actively.
yeah.
Try.
But he doesn't see a reason to
Right.
yet.
And he could do the same with you. But.
Yeah. So, he's gonna. I'll stand up, and he's taking a chance here. He's gonna reach out and just kind of like reach out slow and give Pat. I'm sorry, Kai, one of those like pats on the shoulder, just like I hope he doesn't get bit. Like these are things he's actually thinking.
Pat's about to roll a die and see what happens.
As he walks by us, he'll say, "I'll let that one slide."
Eldon will kill the rest of his drink and slide it onto whatever the thing he's passing by. And he's gonna walk into the atrium with Theratrix.
Theratrix is watching.
Look,
I'm watching you, Wazowski.
I had a customer that looked exactly like that monster lady the other day.
I was thinking Robert De Niro, Meet the Parents. I'm watching you, Fokker.
Theratrix is,
Gonna milk.
I've got nipples, can you milk me?
Gonna have to find him first.
He's just gonna,
It's Coeta.
he's gonna go into the atrium and just sit. Like right like next to Theratrix on that. I know he's taking up a lot of the bench, but he's gonna
He makes room.
just gonna reach out and put his hand on him. Like do that like he's got little spikes on his back. He'll do that like ruffle the spikes thing. He's not saying anything, he's just enjoying the fact that Theratrix is there.
I would imagine in this moment that Theratrix wouldn't say anything either, because if Eldon wanted to talk, he would.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna enjoy it as well.
Yeah. Okay. He wants to talk to him, but it's like this isn't the time. That's like if there's a bleed of feelings in that, I guess that's what Theratrix would pick up on is like that anticipation of a conversation, but like not right now.
Right. Okay. Your day comes to a close. It's quiet. You have time to rest. Kethra keeps to herself. Does a quick check-in with Iolite to see if it's going to be tonight that you go to do something, but...
Are you still in the tub?
Not indefinitely. I think
I don't
at
know how
some
long
point
it's
she
been-
got out.
Like Kethra being like, oh,
Like
fine,
all,
I'll get into
all
it.
pruny.
Right.
Then it's the three boys downstairs. You know, hearing the giggles.
Girl time.
It's time for our tubby, says Theratrix. Let's go,
He's taking up the whole thing with his brains.
So yeah, are you just having this night and then waking up in the morning? That's the question. Or are you
No,
planning-
I thought we were going to go see Desi tonight.
We don't even
That
have. We
was
don't even
What
know.
the
Oh, we're
vibe
gonna
is.
do
I don't know
the-
what the vibes are. People want.
Yeah, Iolite kind of
Vibe
during your
check.
conversation inferred that it might not be tonight. It was more of
Isla's like, just do it tonight. That's it. She's dressed for the night now. Go out. She's wearing her going out sandals.
I mean, I would say after the days that you've had, you guys are pretty tired. Just saying. Just like realistically,
We did just,
32 years old, you'd be like, I kind of want to go to bed.
I already
I
took my
slept-
bra off. I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
I slept on some pillows, dude. You guys slept on the fucking ground.
No, but that was after a day of not sleeping, hiking through. Like we had like a rough,
Yeah,
like
you had a bit.
couple of days up till that point, and now this is the first time we're back in the
A night in a
house.
bed
Also,
would be a
one
good
other
idea.
But she's
We
also
have- we
the
don't
type
have,
of
like,
person
an
that's like
active mission
nightlife.
that-
Let's go.
She's like,
At
oh,
this
we're
point.
in
We
the city.
did.
There's nightlife.
Right.
Let's
So,
do
yeah,
it.
that's another. Well, that's another. Excuse me. Another thing to consider is like we don't have an active mission. We completed that.
Yeah.
So
You have things. You have lots of things. You have a thing.
Well, that's what I
We
was
have
saying. She
threads to pull. But
Yeah.
like she's like, she's tired, but she's like, oh, we're back in the city. There's food, there's people, there's parties, and I want to see this thing that's gonna happen. So, like, she's excited. Like, we can, like, they can have a conversation and decide if you can bring it up and see if anybody wants to do it or not. But like, Ayla was under the, like, she's like.
So I would say then, just to speed it along, does Iolite want to go out tonight? If not, we'll do some rolls for Ayla. If so,
I think seeing how like she mentally checks in with Kethra and she's still really mad, and kind of, I think based on just like the mood of everyone as it's getting later, she's probably like, this is like not the time to ask to do something, and there isn't really an urgent need to go. So I think like she's gonna actually stay in.
Ayla, you're more than welcome to go out.
Ayla.
She's gonna go out.
How many drinks is Ayla having?
When she goes out?
Yeah.
How many drinks are people gonna buy her?
As many as she wants.
You better leave that necklace at home, girl.
She's got the
You're gonna end up
Starlight's tear
hammered.
on.
I'm not taking it off because I don't want it to hurt me. I don't know if I take damage if I take it off. So
So how many drinks are you having?
They're all free, so.
Yep, all free.
yeah, she's gonna take it easy and just have 2.
2. Okay. Go ahead and...
Well, I mean, she was drinking already, so
Yeah.
Fair
She's
point.
probably
That's
had like
true.
a whole bottle of wine in the tub.
Pre-gamed up.
So go ahead and make you're going to do
Fucking bottle
2
of wine.
Constitution saving throws.
And it's that wine drunk.
am I gonna have? Am I?
You think you're good, and then you stand up,
So not good.
and then the floor suddenly way too close.
Should we remind him, though, of what happened the last time a single party member went out at night?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like she is just constantly gonna have a point of exhaustion. 19.
Okay, you good? Okay, now one more.
15.
Beats it. So you you have a good night out. You hear so some things that happen, like you just enjoy your evening out. You lots of people offer to buy you drinks. Lots of people want to buy you some drinks. You hear a few rumors out there. So one of the rumors that you hear is that like the waterfall, when the mountain collapsed on the western side and it crumbled into the ocean, into the green tides, you heard that they sent the military sent flying scouts out that way to see like what had happened, and they found that the waterfall is gone, like the entire area where you all trekked up and went to see where the falls is no more.
Is that the one where we got kind of like not the one, the Yamari one?
The Yamari one.
Oh, it
The
is.
one, the
Oh, the
puzzle
one with
that
the
we
puzzle.
couldn't figure out.
Oh, I thought you meant the other one.
No, that one's in the Sleeping Wilds.
Oh,
I didn't think anybody could get that high.
No, they could. Yeah, you guys
But
got
what
that.
if the
Well, I mean, we
what
did,
if
but
the
like I meant
goats?
like
I don't know.
the
They-
general.
No report
like,
on goats.
Well, they like flew.
I wanted to
They
say
flew.
to,
Yeah.
I wanted to say to Kaylin that Sally the goat died like a hero, but I never brought it up.
Yeah. I don't know if she. Oh yeah, she did know.
Yeah, she was the one
She
who
was the one
brought.
who brought them
yeah.
with you. Yeah. Yeah, so you hear that. You also hear that there have been some disappearances in the city. That people have heard of, like, they think there's like a ghost or a monster that's taking people in the alleys.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And that some people have gone missing, but nobody
Homeless
knows.
people,
There's
prominent
not really
people.
anybody who's like homeless in Mosswick.
Right, this is
like,
Yamari. If you're
Yeah.
homeless, like, how bad can it be?
it was really nice, and then they also just have shelters, and everybody can eat what they want. Like, this particular city is very, very, very socially conscious. That's pretty much. You hear, throughout as you have your chats that Captain Stoneforge was promoted very recently, like in the past couple of days. that these weave walkers or weave movers are supposed to be this elite class of people led by Commander Grillia. Very, very high level magic users.
Because it's always at the top of her mind, she asks through her nightly travels if there have been increased reports of thread hunters since things have happened on.
No. Normal amount of thread hunter activity. I mean, there are some that are just, they work for the government, they work for the military, they work for nice places, they work for places that are, less nice. So they're just kind of doing their thing. No update on if she's at the port area, which I assume is kind of where she would be. She would hear confirmation that there was a body that washed up from the Deadly Fedora, that everyone else is missing, gone, ship is gone. This would be, I guess, the effect it would have on Ayla is up to you, as one of her people was on that boat. The Night Feather, Silvara, I believe her name was, and is now gone. And it's one of those things where, people can come and go. They're allowed to. They don't have to stay. But she left with hopes and dreams, and as far as you know, she's gone now. And if there's one body that washed up, Solaria, Night Feather, she never changed her name. She wanted to keep it.
Heretic.
It's a tradition.
I'm gonna just interrupt because I saw this on the thing. Fitz sent a thing on the chat saying that it's his lovely wife's birthday
Oh,
today.
happy
So
birthday,
happy
Savannah!
Savannah.
Tomato.
Both of ya.
Tomato.
Tomerk.
Tomato.
So yeah, those are the things. Unless you're also looking for anything else in particular, but thread hunter activity is standard, stable.
How many attractive people did I meet tonight?
Roll a charisma check.
Gotta make some more old friends.
New old friends.
New old friends.
Oh, that's 13.
You
That's low.
met.
Mid.
Yeah, you met enough that you would be able to have your choice of evenings.
Here's the real question: were any of them blue?
Or green.
Not with a 13. It's kind of too mid, like you said.
I just accept their drinks and do light flirting.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't forgive me. For some reason I thought you were gonna say some drinks and light hand stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
A little light petting.
I really thought.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the exact same phrase with my
I was like, you're just gonna do under the bar hand stuff.
You know what? Let's say second base with one.
Okay.
just making out like crazy.
Because it's been a long week. And we're back in civilization.
Under the
so-
shirt or over the
Little
shirt?
tail.
Over the
my
shirt.
God.
Come on.
Saying, hey,
Just a little tail.
Well, I guess depends what species are they?
Whatever you want. This is your night. You tell me.
They just can't be blue.
we've dedicated the last
Yeah,
10
you didn't
minutes
get
to
you didn't get blue or green, but whatever other
Ayla's
colors
night.
you're looking
If
for.
it's a gnome or a dwarf, it's over the shirt. If it's an elf, it's under the shirt.
Well, you could have all three.
It's a light night.
Okay. So it's really up
Use
to
a
you.
hoe.
I am social.
You doing hoe activities, with hoe tendencies.
The
Those are
vibe.
your friends, those are your enemy.
Definitely hoe vibes.
All right, so you come in late at night after, with your lipstick all smudged around your lips.
Carrying the shoes to try not to make too much noise.
Little
They don't,
hickey,
they don't leave
Straight up your shirt.
the flip flop sounds.
a hickey right here from the dwarf.
Belly
Couldn't
button.
get
right
He,
above the-
he
right
couldn't get above the belly button.
He was on the bar stool.
Oh, okay.
Look at Iolite.
She's in her bed.
I'm asleep.
We're all asleep,
You're all
man.
asleep.
I still walk past Iolite's room and I just look at the door and wink at it. Like, I'm just like, just.
Okay. And then Ayla goes to bed. I'm going to say for Kai, because we forgot to talk about the dreams of the night before, but since... okay.
Oh, she put it down.
Can this episode be called Dwarf Hickey?
I would rather not.
I think it should be called
The
tomato
algorithm might
tomert.
not like the word
Tomato
hickey.
to murder. I hate to do this to you, but I feel like the night before and this night, when Kai dropped in the core room, he didn't die. He just got, like, blasted and passed out. And that's one thing, even kind of thinking back on it for Ayla and for Kai. You didn't go down because you had been hurt. Like in moments, quiet moments of contemplation and thinking back on your day, you're not like, oh, in that moment I got like slashed across the face with something or whatever and I passed out. It's like you felt all of the energy drain out of you. Like it was, you got overloaded and passed out. But the vision that Kai had when that happened was of this traumatic event where Loris, who you know well by this point, was crying. And you could see him looking over you. He's inverted. You could see upside down. And yelling out to his comrades who run over. You see as you look down at your own body, you can see the insides are out. And then he takes your face and moves it so you're looking back up at him and saying, don't look, you're going to be okay. That vision, that dream just keeps happening. And it doesn't repeat. It's just once, and then when you wake up, it's the whole night has passed. But when it, on the second night and the third time of seeing it, the emotions that came with that event have become more solidified. And when it's like almost starts with like confusion, and then seeing Loris's face, there's a bit of relief, and then looking down and seeing parts of your body that should not be exposed are there, and then feeling again that I don't honestly, as myself, wouldn't know what you would feel, but perhaps confusion and a little bit of panic start to set in. And then when Loris pushes your face back up to look at him again, there's relief that floods in, a relief that you won't be alone, that you're not alone, that this person that you love so much is here and he's holding you and he is not going to let you go. And then you see his friends come over, and it always cuts like fades to black as Loris continues crying and saying, you're going to be okay, everything's going to be okay, don't look, just look at me. No words from the Raven Queen, but for some reason this vision has come to you multiple times. And it feels very final, but you're unsure. Other than that, everyone else's dreams are your own. I own Kai's dreams.
Kai torments you during the day, the Raven Queen torments him at night. It's a circle of life.
You wake up. I will outwardly tell you that right now it's really up to you. You have time. You can like take your time, speed through a couple days to say what you would be doing, How many days until Iolite wants to go try to find Izzi? How many days until, if Ayla even wants to try to meet up with the Impenetrable Peace, how many days until you go to the library to chat with River? Like, what is it? What would you like to do? And then in the downtime, what would you want to be doing?
Well, excuse me. Eldon needs to, fill his stocks of arrows and whatnot, so he might just go do that.
All right.
I think we would probably do Stoneforge sooner than later, just to get that out of the way, and then probably the library, because we have that item. I can't remember if it was a potion. I know
Yeah,
it was
you got
like
potion.
a single.
It's like a potion of noticing or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's kind of like the necklace that Ayla has. Get the views up on.
Ayla would bring up the fact that Theratrix is a problem in this city.
Theratrix would agree that he's a problem in the city at this point.
So I'm not
What?
saying dismiss him, but I'm saying he can't
we need to
come
get-
on the streets
We need
anymore.
to get a trench coat and a Rex Harrison hat.
Instead of 3 kobolds,
Instead
it's
of
one
trench
dragon.
coats, one dragon and a trench
He's
coat.
like-
Hey, that's the
Yeah, the 3.
no, the Ninja Turtles. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
Raphael
that's right.
would wear when he would go out to.
What was
watch
that?
the hell was
It
that?
looked like a giant turtle.
Look like a giant turtle in a trench coat. Going to LaGuardia, right?
Such a good movie. Well, Ayla brings up a good point. Theratrix, you're not small enough to get away with simple tricks.
I agree.
It's your decision. You can stay here at the house, the manor, or if you'd rather, I can send you wherever it is you go.
I have no preference. I can guard the home. Or I can go elsewhere and learn.
Perhaps we can purchase a potion that can cast an illusion on him.
While we're out, I suppose I could look, but
It would not hurt to see what is available. Then he is not confined to home or the abyss.
Pappy Molly's Potion Palace.
I don't know if I'm allowed back in there.
Girl, she knocked over one of my potions at one time.
She smacked the bell really hard.
he's a fucking snitch.
It's an illustration of your
You'll get
face.
over
Like person non grata.
The Draft of Influence is what you chose, a potion that will cause the drinker to appear much more attractive to those around them. That's the one that you chose. Okay, so it is the 25th of Glee. On what day?
We leave, and Derek's like, finally, the house to myself.
That's all he's wanted.
Loosens that belt.
Bursts into the bathroom door and gets into the.
Bottle of wine with his tail.
He doesn't have fire breath,
paints,
right?
paints his claws.
I was gonna say he'd be like,
So the first thing that you want to do, are you going to do it, so it was the 25th, yeah, 25th of Glee is this day. Are you waiting a couple days? This is more just from my own time tracking. No, sorry, it's the 26th of Glee.
I think Iolite would also, during that downtime, have told everybody else about I have an old friend I would like to meet up with. Obviously, that's not urgent, even though because she doesn't want to seem too weird about it.
Right.
"It's cool about it."
We should go soon, though, guys.
Okay.
Eldon's like, "You have other friends?"
So
Well,
We didn't role
I-
play, so you won't know.
I think it's funny though, if Eldon, because the name is Desi, that could be interpreted as a unisex. So he's thinking it's a girl.
Oh, that's a good point.
but Eldon saw that.
Actually, he
Oh,
would
yeah.
have a
The
feeling.
locket.
oh,
right?
wait.
Yeah,
He
seen
saw
it.
When
He saw
well,
Desi.
I opened
time
I
ago.
opened
Oh my
it for
God,
you
that's
when I
right.
held it, and I said when I saw her, I said any man would be lucky to have you. is what he said. And then
So
they
he
closed.
probably
back.
puts 2 and 2 together. I would think, but
Roll intelligence.
I don't know about it.
I just
I got that
want
+0.
I just want the meeting of Eldon and Desi before Eldon knows that it's Desi. Like, hey, I met this guy.
He's fucking pretty. He's all right.
all right.
He's a cool guy.
Okay, so you're all. So just to confirm, how many days until you decide to head to Stoneforge? It's the 26th of Glee.
Ayla will drag her feet on it until Kai forces the issue.
yeah, I
Probably
mean,
the next day to be
I
completely.
would think the next day, because we want to get that connection done and over with before.
Yeah. Then we can have fun.
Yeah, before we get caught up into anything else.
Take
Kinda
care of
like-
all of our loose ends.
Okay.
Ayla does want to shop for some fresh fruit to put
we
in the
also-
closet.
We also have to talk to the tailor,
Enrique.
Enrique. I always want to call him Ricardo. I don't know.
That's the wife with the paint person.
Yep. Okay. So Stoneforge first. The next day. I'm just writing things down. All right. So Glee 26. You guys go into. You go to the Citadel and are immediately let in. Everyone knows who you are, especially with Ayla Myrea having been spoken out
Get
loud.
a little bit of
Ayla Myrea.
respect on her name.
You notice that the tent where they were accepting mercenaries before is no longer there. It is it's torn down, or dismantled. They are no longer looking for mercenaries. The Valiant has sent people, and the walls are well underway. There appears to be, based off of rumors again, and just people that you walk by and hear talking, they have begun whatever steps are necessary to just set things up in Yumari like everywhere else is, where there are escorts that bring you to Valstead if you want to go. There's still a question now that the landscape has shifted with the mountain on how they're going to handle the hot springs and whether or not that's going to be a thing. Little bit of you kind of thinks back to those sisters that gave massages out there, and hopefully their livelihood will be able to. Maybe they'll just shift back over. Those little thoughts in the back of your head as you're walking.
Come to Hot Springs, we still open. Good massages. I don't know why they're giant Russian ladies now.
I think they were orcs, right?
They
Yeah.
were,
So that makes total
They were
sense.
portrayed kind of like.
Weren't they like Helga?
It was Glasha and Geralt.
Yeah, if you told me those were Russian lady names, I would have said that.
So you are let in, and to Captain Stoneforge's office, which is the same office that he had before. He's just captain now.
Ayla walks in and says, Captain! Super loud. I love the new office.
Miss Myrea, pleasure as always.
Do you know who you sound more and more like to me?
I know I'm losing it.
No. Just this and all that. Fucking Hondo from...
Oh my gosh. That was a Hondo gesture.
Right?
It was
The
a
whole-
very Hondo gesture. I love Jedi.
So he dismisses. So Valen had led you in her quiet way to the room, and then she looks at Stoneforge, who just nods very slowly, like his eyes droop a little bit. He nods, and she closes the door, and she is no longer in the room with you. He walks over to his desk and gestures for you to sit in the many places that you can sit in his office.
Ayla sits in the big, comfy chair in the front, like before.
But not with shoes up on the desk.
Not this time, but this time she does, crap. What's the movie where she, like, crosses her legs, like,
Oh, jeez.
Fatal Attractions or something?
Basic
Basic
Instinct.
Instinct.
Her legs up first.
No, not, like, egregious, but, like, she sits down and then, like, just very, consciously, purposely, like, lifts the leg over the other one and just, like... She didn't show anything. It was just
I
the...
believe
but
that
she-
you
but
have
just
sand
like-
in
But she's
there.
not a hoe, right? She's not a hoe. She's not a hoe.
She's just playing.
Playing the game.
I know, I just play.
Don't judge me!
So the captain just, you see him do that thing, As you do that, with his eyes just narrowing a little bit, and then he looks at the rest of you as you sit. And then he sits down. Great job. I appreciate the work that you put in. The Empress appreciates the work that you put in locating the rift. We have secured the location.
You have stitched it up.
We have not stitched it up, as you so eloquently stated. No. You've done your
It's not the only rift that needs to be closed.
You've done your duty, and you've done it well. I appreciate that. You've held up your end of the bargain as I have held up mine. Do you intend on proceeding with your mercenary work as the Woven Fates?
To be quite honest, that's a conversation we still need to have. But I think I can speak for everyone when I say, as long as we're on the island, if trouble arises, we'll answer the call.
I appreciate that. We've had less and less mercenary connection as the weeks have gone on. The types of entities that were coming in through the rift tended to scare off quite a few folks. However, you came through. So, if we do have work for you, I'll reach out via the Impenetrable Peace and Valor, if you wouldn't mind checking in with them. On your own time, and if you decide. I'm going to assume after all of this time that all of you are very much aware that you are traveling in the company of nobility. And he looks at Kai. It would have been unwise of you not to share up to this point.
Ayla.
For their safety as well as mine, they know.
You have been out of the city for a bit, so you may not be aware that the Devenian throne has declared that Malachi Morningstar died of an unknown disease approximately 2 weeks ago. We're just receiving the news. As you can imagine, the throne of Devenia did not want to share immediately. I thought you should hear it from me. That said, you were very much alive. So whatever this message is that has been sent out, clearly the throne knows that it is incorrect.
He looks quite good for a dead man. A pale one, nonetheless, but alive and kicking. That is interesting.
Why would they do that? Why would they tell everyone you're dead?
Malachi? Everybody had a question. And his is just your name.
I almost turned to her and be like, "Who is Malachi?"
Kethra goes like, "Yeah, he looks pretty dead to me."
That does raise a few questions, but questions for another time.
The prince had not been seen or heard from in many weeks. I would imagine at some point they had two choices. One of them would have been unwise. I leave you with this information to do with as you please. I have not spoken to anyone about your true title.
Especially after that message, probably wouldn't be good to let anyone know.
I never intend to let anyone know, no.
And of my home, any official news?
Officially, Summerland continues to enact and build fortifications around the village.
No, walls. Home is so unnatural.
Walls. Yes. We will continue to send Valiant there to aid in that. Other than that, no news.
No news is good news.
So I hear.
I know your men in the cave. Did they see the Shabazz with all the...
I appreciate your enthusiasm for my men in the cave. However, anything further to do with the rift that was located in Yumari Island is classified information. On a need-to-know basis.
I mean, I would need to know if that thing is still trying to get out.
Respectfully, you do not.
Did we tell him that it was almost out? Or just that we found the rift?
No, he had like 20 words to send a message.
Oh, yeah.
I think all Kai told him is that we stopped the immediate threat.
Yeah. Well, tell your men to be extremely careful. When we were there, during some ritual, Shabazz was almost out. Tentacles, mouths, things you can't unsee.
My men are more than capable. Much, much more capable than you. And I have the utmost trust and faith in them.
I would hope so.
Very professional and have been trained with the best of us.
Good to hear.
We are also
I'm
very
glad I can
professional
help you
ourselves,
sleep
I
at
must say.
Well, if there's nothing else I can help you with, you can see yourselves out of my office.
What of our reward?
We already paid
Your reward.
For stopping the giant evil god from coming through, do we not get a bonus?
I'll send it up the chain of command.
That is all I ask for.
He gestures to the door.
I legit thought you forgot that we kind of got paid before.
I'm trying to get more.
That's why I was like, ah, shit.
It's just before he goes, Kyle will reach into his pocket and take that voucher and just slide it across the desk and walk out.
Okay.
What was that?
Is it for our parking to validate?
Kai couldn't use any of the items. So he had the voucher that we all got a voucher to get one of the magical items when we first met Stoneforge.
Should have sold that shit.
No.
It's more letting Kai know.
I don't know.
Letting Stoneforge know didn't need your shit.
Send it a message.
There's a little smirk on Captain Stoneforge's face as you walk out. He just nods at you.
I haven't used it yet. This whole time. I'm like,
That's where you got your armor thing, right?
yeah, I haven't had to use yet. It only gives me a +1 to my AC.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, though.
Every little number counts. That's on you. Can't you just wear it? Or do you have to be attuned to it?
I'm gonna have to be attuned to it.
You don't have a slot?
I do. I have it. I'm attuned to it.
Just
I have it on.
the
I just
ability.
haven't cast it. I haven't used it.
Oh.
I stay far away. That's my defense.
All right. So, so you take care of Stoneforge on Glee 26. What's next?
Think,
Library?
yeah,
Is that right?
either the library or we can just, again, I want to call him
I feel like Desi
the
is
tailor.
probably a thing for another session, so we're not rushed at the end.
So what are you doing?
Either
River?
the tailor or
The library.
the library.
And then we could do maybe a little bit of shopping or something after that.
Mm-hmm. Iolite wants to get some home decor.
Okay. So you head over to the library. River is there, and when they see you come in, they're like that excitement that you see on their face, and they see you walk in, and whoever's standing at the desk with them, they're like, I've got this. Right this way, patrons. And they kind of like nod at you like you've got the stuff kind of thing.
You got the shit, man.
And then lead you. They're going to look up some specialty items. I already know this group, so we're going to go this way. Come along. And they bring you into a side room, one of the many little alcoves that are private, and like pull a curtain over. You're alive.
Everyone is surprised by that.
Well, I mean, we heard really great things about how you found the rift and everything. So, I guess thank you on my behalf for hopefully putting a stop to the monsters coming through. Also, did you happen to meet Cheese Cat?
We certainly did.
Okay. And did you happen to use the gold that I gave you to get me something?
We certainly did.
Big sigh, and then they like reach out. I appreciate it. What does it do?
I don't remember. What did it do?
So, this is a one-time use.
Okay.
When you take this, it will cause those around you to notice, pay attention to you. So this will open the door if you want to get your boss's attention.
Okay. Okay.
It'll make you very much more attractive in their eyes.
All right. Okay. They didn't have anything that like you could just like give to, or maybe I didn't have enough money to like give to. This is great. I'll take this.
Nothing that would be so favorable to you.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Cheese Cat doesn't normally deal with normal magical items and potions. Some of the things would have had side effects that you wouldn't have liked.
I understand. Okay.
I love that. It's like the leprechaun, like the movie. Like, yeah, we could get this potion that makes him totally fall in love with you, but the side effect is that you're just flaccid. Uncurable flaccidity.
Balls just fall off.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to give this a shot.
Perhaps wait until close to closing time.
Did they say how long it lasts?
One day.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll give it a shot. Thank you.
When they say one day, do they mean 12-hour day, or do they mean a 24-hour day? I always wondered that.
I don't know. River will find out.
One business day.
So, in exchange, I know I promised you that I could get you access to the night market. More specifically, to Maven Obscura, who is down there and knows a lot of information that you might be interested in. So I can do that if you're still looking to get to the night market.
I think any resource that we have access to is good.
You also said you'd be able to possibly get us more higher level research.
Yeah, so I might have bended the truth a little bit there in that Maven Obscura is the high level research. She knows a lot of answers to a lot of things. You just need to give her something in exchange. But that's up to you and her to determine. But I can get you into the night market, and that's where she is. And that's the only place that she is. And if you have questions that you can't find the answers to here, then she's probably the one who knows them.
When you say give her something in exchange, do you mean gold?
It could be gold, it could be knowledge, it depends on what she wants from you and what you're willing to give her. And what you're asking about. I mean, some like little things are no big deal, and the bigger the thing, the more she wants. You'll see, you'll meet her. But the only way you can is to get into the night market, and I just happen to know how to get in there, so. So you're going to want to go down to the South Ward. That's where the entrance is. It's outside of the main gate. They're building a new wall around it. It's pretty much built by now. So you're probably going to have to go on a night that's a lot more clear than it has been the past couple of days. But you know, when the moons are really shining through, you'll see these like shadows, and you look for the alley where the shadows kind of dance a little bit. It's always a different alley, so I can't really tell you exactly where, but you'll look for the shadow alley, and when you find it, you're going to hear whispers, and the whispers aren't going to really seem to come from anywhere. They're just going to kind of be like disembodied whispers that are coming from the alley, and they're coming from all different directions, but you'll know that you're in the right place if you see the dancing shadows. And really, really listen hard when you get to that alley, and then when you find it, you're going to walk forward with confidence. Like, you can't walk forward and be like, oh, I'm not really sure if I'm in the right alley. You have to like really, really be feeling that you're in the right alley, and then you're going to walk forward and listen for those whispers, and you step forward, and you have to be confident the whole time. You can't have any faltering. You have to be super, super confident when you do this. And then you're going to step forward 7 times, and on the 7th step, you're going to notice that the wall is really solid, and it's going to block your path. Okay, there's going to be a solid wall that's going to be blocking your path. But if you look really closely, you're going to see that it's actually a like shimmering wall that's translucent. But none of this is going to work if you have any kind of fear or doubt in your mind. So just keep that in mind. Always be repeating yourself. Like, I'm very confident that this is going to work out, and I'm doing the right thing. And then you're going to whisper the secret phrase. In shadows we trust. Secrets we seek. And as soon as you say it, as long as you followed all the instructions that I just gave you, the veil is going to open up, and the wall, it's like a curtain. And you will pass through, and there's going to be some steps, and it's a very narrow staircase. It's always the same staircase, even though it's a different alley every single time. And it will bring you to the night market. And it is very busy down there. Bring your cash. And if you ask around, you'll be able to find Maven Obscura. Basically, the night market, I think it takes up probably like the whole underground of the city, but it's really difficult to know because it always changes.
Thank you. This sounds fun.
I thank you so much. And they like swirl the little draft a little bit. Like, I can't wait to use it. And thank you. Thank you, Ayla. Like, hold your hand.
You're welcome.
Thanks, everybody else.
Good
Maven
luck.
Obscura, don't forget. And, 7 steps and shadows and whispers and all in that order. Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck to you as well. You can hang out as long as you want. They open the curtain and then gone.
Well, that sounds like a bad idea.
What?
Dark alleys, dancing shadows.
It sounds incredibly fun. Dancing shadows. I mean,
You do understand that the night market is unregulated.
I understand.
that means there's a lot of really cool things there. Maybe you'll find some magic explodey arrows or something.
Maybe he's just thinking back to the hand that tried to grab him in that one. Yeah.
Having people being taken from dark alleys? How do we know it's the right alley and not a danger alley?
Exactly. How do we not know it's not danger alley?
I mean, I'm down. I think it sounds great, but we just gotta.
Not the right attitude.
We'll find out. I mean, we faced a god.
You hear a little knock on one of the bookshelves that is like just outside of the little alcove. I don't know what I can say. That you're in, and you all turn to the entrance of this like little room and see a male half-elf, brown, kind of like brown skin, brown curly hair, dressed in the robes of the collection, the library, that you immediately recognize as Desi, who says, I'm sorry, Miss, as he looks at you, I heard you were looking for some research. I found a tome, if you'd like to talk and go through it.
Yeah. Wait, what?
I can take you to the place where the tome is, if you'd like to discuss.
I love discussing tomes. Is this a tome that maybe I should just privately discuss with you?
That is entirely your choice. But River just told me that you were looking for information, and I found it.
Yeah. Do you want to meet my friends?
What?
My friends. You have friends.
Eldon, you look and see, and you recognize the person from the locket. Like, Iolite, you're real bad at this.
I know.
He comes into the room and closes the curtain behind him and looks at all of you. Hi. I'm Desi. Desdear Goldenleaf. It's nice to meet you.
Walks up, looks at Eldon, and go, Ayla Maria, it is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Desi something leaf. I hear good things about old friendships.
All right. He has a big smile as you say that, and but it's a little bit of an awkward one, and then he looks at Iolite with a this wasn't supposed to go this way kind of look.
I had different plans.
And that's where we're going to end. All right.
I feel like Izzy's like this. Definitely wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, then why did he show up in the library?
With everyone else.
We're going to go to the titty bar to find him.
I was not expecting that.
All right.
I should have just gone with them. I didn't know what to do.
I do absolutely.
I completely panicked.
But that is so very much an Iolite.
Yes,
When
that's
he
true.